Hello and welcome to the Battle Up Fall Classic, presented to you by Esports CCP and sponsored by the Marines. The few, the proud, the Marines. And joining me here today, I have Meet and Greek. How you doing, man?
Ryan, it's a fantastic day to see some Rocket League action. We have a bunch of notable teams, and I'm just excited to get right into it. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it's bound to be quite a great time. We have a total of 10 teams joining us here today. Actually, no, 13. We had a couple more signups here for the Fall Classic. So quite a good little turnout here. And you were telling me a little bit earlier about some of the teams that we should be looking out for, and who would some of those be here?
Well, of course, we have some collegiate Rocket League teams playing in here. We have some high school teams as well, but some teams of interest that I was taking note of was we see obviously in the bracket, UNCC has their C team. I thought that was very interesting. Their C team is here, but they also have Don from UNCC as well playing on another team. Sorry, I was sleeping. So that's another squad that we have to look out for going forward. And of course, we have King University playing, and we all know Matt from Lights Out. And we also had Sway on that squad as well. I did my little bit of my research. Sway ranked B, 2100 plus MMR player. I mean, like it's ranked, but it's ranked. You know how it goes, Ryan. we
Hey,
we
we
run the
got we got to take
numbers.
the info we have, man.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I mean, all of these players could demolish me in Rocket League any day. So you know how it is.
I think they could demolish me as well. Granted, I'm not quite as good as a player. That's part of why I do this instead. It's a
I
little
feel
bit
that.
easier to, talk about it than to actually play it. But we do have a lot coming up for you guys. I do want to give a quick shout out to our partners here today. We have Vertigear Gaming Chair, we have Sector 6 Apparel, ESTV, NFL Alumni, Alpine Esports, and Crimson Wings. We thank them so much for their support as they help us with putting on this event here today. But we already kind of talked about, we have a lot of matchups on the docket here. But I mean, what are you thinking is going to be some of the things we need to be looking out for here today? Because again, you said some of these are high school teams, so they are some younger players, but just because you're younger doesn't mean that you can't be good at this game, as we've seen with several prodigies who entered the pro scene at some points. So, what are you thinking we are going to be seeing here today?
I think that you make a great point, Ryan. Age does not mean a single thing in Rocket League. We all know the pros that have come out of seemingly nowhere because they're so young. Notable names like Justin, Scrub Killa. They just pop out of the woodwork, and like all of a sudden they're just absolutely incredible at the game. So I would not be surprised to see some of these high school teams take some games, some series off of these collegiate squads as well. And that's actually a perfect segue going into our first matchup. We have High Point University going up against JCG. And I messaged Tales of Duff from JCG, and they were to tell me that they're all high school players. It's their first year that their high school is doing esports. And it's also Tale of Duff's first year as an esports coach, and the squad is consisting of a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior. So this team's going to be around, at least in its current configuration, for another year at the very least. So there's a lot of room and opportunity for this squad to grow.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, it's so cool to see how high schoolers are starting to be able to have these ways to enter into esports. And, that's one of the cool things about esports CCP is that's part of what they do is they help plug people into career pathways. They try to help plug players into potential college scholarships, things like that. So that's one of the cool things that they do here. And so being able to reach out to teams like JGC or JCG. That's pretty awesome. Did we ever actually find out what that stands for?
So the players actually didn't really go too far into it. I was a little confused myself, but I believe it is. Oh, they did tell me. They did tell me. Of course, in fashion, I always go and try to get the inside scoop from these players. Okay, I have it right here. It is Jackery's Chain Gang. Wow, that's a very, very bold.
Hey,
It's like,
we'll see
hey, like
what
they're
pans out for them.
they you know
But
what? Whatever works for them, That's all I gotta
hey,
say.
whatever works. But Tales of Duff, of course, like you said, he's the coach here. And gonna be interesting to see how it pans out for these guys. Interesting to see what these guys bring to the table. Should things pan out well here for them today, gonna be interesting to watch them grow over the next year at least. Like you said, this configuration is gonna be around at least until whichever one of them you said was the junior goes off and graduates. So they still have a while to get this team working together. And then who knows if they'll have other players come into the team at a later date. Going over to High Point University, though, what else? Did you get any more inside scoops for us on those guys?
I didn't get a whole lot from High Point University, but all I know is that they're going to be ready to compete. So I'm excited for this first matchup. And this one right here, Ryan, is going to be, I guess, the first challenge of this evening. High school versus college teams. I can't wait to see like what's going to happen. I can't make a prediction. So
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna be in it. We're gonna be in it. Round one, best of three. Very, very competitive. You were telling me earlier, Ryan, like these best of three situations, every game counts, every goal matters, and you have to basically be playing full steam ahead from the get-go. And it's going to be very interesting to see which of these two teams come up on top in the first 5 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, and I mean that's exactly right. In these best of threes, upsets can happen very easily. We have seen numerous times where, the better team, they may, win one and then lose two and then come back and win a series if it's a best of five. But if it's a best of three, once those two games are gone for the other team, that's it. And so it's going to be interesting. Players have to come out at the start of the game. They've got to come out and really push their opponent hard on offense, defense, everything. So whichever team is slower to come out the gate is oftentimes going to have a very difficult time trying to take that series. But we also have seen that momentum plays a very nice effect into these series as well. Teams that often win the first game, but then lose the second game, majority of the time they actually end up losing the series because they don't get that momentum back by the time we hit game three. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these teams play with that mental momentum, dealing with all that stuff. And especially seeing the difference between how maybe a college team performs in that regard compared to a high school team who maybe have had a little bit less time to kind of get used to this whole setup, where it's a college team has had a bit more time on that. But we have a lot of great matches coming up for you guys. We are starting to try and get this first game set up for you guys. We're still waiting on some of the players to, get situated and everything. But going through the format real quick, in round one, we will be doing a best of three. In round two, which is our quarterfinals, we will be doing a best of three as well. From the semifinals onward, it is all best of fives. So gonna have to, if you can make it out of the quarterfinals there, Greek, you start looking a bit better as you see those game fives.
Absolutely, and also something to take really note of here. It's not a double elimination bracket, so there are no second chances, and there's no second chances for a cut of this $1,500 prize pool. First place is going to get those Vertigear chairs. Those look pretty
Oh,
comfy. They look pretty
right?
comfy, In second place, they're going to get these Sector 6 apparel jerseys. Um, Marines branded and everything. They're gonna look sleek. I'm excited to see whenever the players get those and they tweet out photos. I'm very excited to see how those look. And like it's always fun to win a tournament, Ryan, but it's always fun to win something too. So
Yeah.
there's a
Well,
lot to
that's
play
always
for.
that's always like the coolest thing too, is whenever the tournament's like the prize money's always, money's always great.
Yeah.
But it's always cool when you can walk away from the tournament with a sort of memento. So being able to walk away with, a chair, a jersey, a backpack, those types of things, it's always really cool just because it serves as that reminder of like, hey, you performed at such a high level, you were able to win this tournament. And it's always interesting to see what some of the rewards are. I think a chair is probably like the coolest one I've seen. Because of the fact of like, it's as a guy, I like it when it's something I can use. But like
I agree.
I've seen so many different prizes over the years, and I like the idea of a gaming chair. Maybe I should get one myself at some point. Vertigear, hit me up.
Vertigear, you know who to sponsor next.
Yeah, exactly. Sponsor me in Greek.
I think the gaming chair is a perfect prize too, just because like we're all gamers, we all have desks, we all need a comfy chair. What better way to help your back out, especially?
We're older than the players when we're talking about our backs. But speaking about Vertigaming chair, Vertigear brings inspired design and innovative features to gaming products. They will be sending the winning team each a Vertigear SL5000 chair. If you're curious as to what they're getting, you just head on over to their website and take a look at what they're getting. And then also, speaking of the jerseys, that's coming from Sector 6 Apparel. For some reason, that's a tongue twister for me. But Sector 6 is a company focused on being the turnkey print-on-demand solution for teams of all shapes and sizes. They are providing the second-place team with Marines-branded custom jerseys with the players' gamer tags. And, I actually got a hoodie a while back from a group that I worked with and has my tag on the back. And I always thought that was the coolest thing. I never actually had gotten a jersey or anything like that before. And, at first I was always kind of curious how it would be. And I dig it.
I know how that feels. When I was doing Rocket League stuff at the University of Connecticut while I was still going to school, like the whole Rocket League squad we had there, we all chipped in and got jerseys, and it just felt really cool to have to have a jersey that said UCGC Rocket League on it, and then like your gamer tag on the back. Like I was like, wow. I got to walk around campus and literally like 0.1% of the campus knew what was up.
Hey, you're not wrong. It's how it feels sometimes. you get that and you're like, only a couple people understand what this means.
But it was super cool, and I'm sure these squads they're gonna love those jerseys. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and so while we are still getting this lobby put together real quick, it does seem like we are running into some issues with getting everybody into it. So just please bear with us as we kind of get that all sorted out. But one of the things too here is we were talking about some of the teams earlier, and I noticed some incredible players that are actually listed here today. In the names of, we had, like you said, Matt from Lights Out, which is a team I hadn't heard of in quite some time. But these guys, I mean, they are grinders in the game. They really push hard every time they're going through. And so to see how he plays out today is going to be really interesting. But, other players that kind of catch my eye are players like Daffy, Dawn, and Alpha Giddy, who, they're making real strides in collegiate Rocket League right now.
That's a scary team. Weekend Warriors. That is probably my team. Well, is that my team? Did I just make a mistake? I made a mistake. I was thinking of Sorry I Was Sleeping. But I think Sorry I Was Sleeping is like, if I had to pick like one team from this tournament, my favorite, it's them. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, Ryan.
I'm thinking it's going to be a photo finish almost, because I feel like them and King University are two really solid teams. Again, like you said, there's Matt on that team from Lights Out. I mean, again, these guys, I have never seen a team that grinds as much as they do. The only other team I ever saw grind as much as Lights Out is now Alpine Esports. With Jordan, Magic Bear, and all those guys. So always interesting to see those players and see how things pan out for them. But they also have Casey Colts. They have Sway, who you're talking about with his crazy high MMR. And it is ranked. It's ranked at the
It
end of
is
the
ranked.
day. I mean, how often do some of these players really? How much stock do they put into ranked? How often are they really grinding it? I feel like with the new Supersonic Legend rank, it helps that a bit.
Well, everyone starts somewhere, and in order to uh, I guess like break into the bubble scene, this is what you got to do. You got to post up what you can do, then you start getting onto some squads, getting those scrims, and then people start taking notice, and then all of a sudden you're on a bubble team, you're competing in monthly tournaments, formats such as like the field, or you're making RLCSX qualifier playoff or qualifier run, and you're doing all these things, and that's how you gain notoriety. And
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of players come through and make a name for themselves that way, and a lot of them have continued on to be so successful, especially like where the Rocket League scene is today. There are so many avenues. Like a year ago, it almost seemed like in order to be a full-time pro in this game, you had to be one of the top 5 teams in North America. But now there are so many opportunities for absolutely everyone. It's just the barn door is wide open, and I'm loving the fact that these players are all taking advantage of it. And it makes it for a much more competitive environment. We see a whole lot more upsets, and we see new faces rise to the top. And what more could you ask for?
I mean, I don't think you really could, but I mean, you bring up a good point though of, when Psyonix made the change to open up the pro scene, it's so much more accessible now. Uh it's so much more accessible. Yeah, it's just a lot easier for you to really have your chance to go and compete against those higher level teams. And you're starting to see Rocket League enter into a new area where, there are a lot more organizations willing to buy in now because they know that, it's not just one and done. You're going to have to wait almost an entire year or half a year before you have a chance to get in again. It's now, you're getting every other week there's a chance for you to really kind of start making your strides. And so really awesome to see that stuff for them. But more so, it's just cool to see where some of these teams have come into things. But it does look like we are going into our first matchup. It looks like players may have started their game a little early, they
Oh
took,
well.
took a little time to kind of get things going. But it's that or it's the practice game. I couldn't quite tell you.
We'll have to figure it out, but it could just be game one going towards. It looks like. Oh, my players. These are not the players I interviewed. That's for sure, Ryan.
Yeah, it does look like we did have a quick shift on us for this first game. We are going to be looking at. Give us one quick second. Did have a slight mix up there in terms of the teams. Trying to find the players here. Yeah, we are dealing with High Point University versus JCG. There in the orange is High Point
Okay.
University, and then there in the blue is JCG. Just a little bit of a mix up in terms of the names and stuff, but this is our team.
We are good to go, Ryan. And it looks like game one will go in favor of High Point.
Yeah. So High Point
So,
taking game one 6-0. I mean, what an astounding start here for them. And it looks like when you take a look at those stats there, JCG, they were really put on the back foot, having to defend from 11 shots total. And they only managed to save 5 of those. So resulting in that 6-0 score line. So if you're on JCG right now, you're going to be looking to try and find some ways to make inroads in your offensive pressure and try to, kind of start punching back a bit against High Point.
but now as we go into game two, we didn't get the full picture of game one, unfortunately. So it's going to be up to JCG now here. they got to turn things up really early. You're saying something earlier, Ryan, about how if a team takes game 2 in a best of 3, they're much more likely to take game 3 through momentum. So there's like absolutely no way they are out of the woods yet. They can still come back in this.
Yeah, this is still definitely anybody's game. Luka trying to put that one away. Couldn't quite get it out, though. And we see the save coming through right there from Kujocat. Wilkenmeister trying to get a quick back pass off. He is successful as he passes that back to Rick. Centers that one up nicely, but Nene just getting a touch. It's not a great one, though. Fire on net from Kujocat. Doesn't get through as Luka saves it away. Right now, another one coming in from Rick, and we're just seeing shot after shot coming through right now for High Point University as they really can't seem to get the ball out of their half if you're JCG.
Yeah, JCG, they're playing very conservative defense right now. Kujocat finding the opening. I thought for sure this was going to get blocked by Nene.
Yeah,
but
that one
just goes right
barely ekes its way into the opening necessary. And we are going to see High Point University take the 1-0 lead. 4:13 left on the clock. Rick with the boomer downfield, crossbar and out. Very close, but right now JCG, they've got to start trying to get this thing out. We see them kind of bunch up in the net. So a lot of times when you see teams there, they're kind of bundled up in their net. They're not having that proper rotation necessary, so they're going to need to try and break that up a bit.
They're going to need to, and we're actually seeing a fantastic opportunity here. The pass play coming out. This is exactly what JCG needed. The pass upfield to Luke. The shot on target. They tie it up.
And a fantastic shot there from Lukaduck as they tie it up 1-1. 3:46 left here in game 2. And again, as we said before, JCG need this win to stay alive. Kujocat trying to get that one into the corner. Gonna put that one out across. Lukaduck will miss on the boost pickup there as Rick takes it out, passes it off to Kujocat, who will drive it to the back of the net.
And this right here, you might see JCG and think they're in a fantastic defensive position. They had all 3 of their players back, but unfortunately, they all just pushed up to that front post position too early, and it left themselves just in a wide open position to get scored on. It's unfortunate, but it's the little things in Rocket League that you cannot afford to make those mistakes.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you're keeping tightened up on that defense, especially when you're dealing with it. And double commit right there, possible triple commit, as we see Yearning Plague even go for the jump there. But they will try to get that one out. That one gets past the last defender. It's just wide. Nene going for the boost pickup. Yearning Plague going for the clear, but Wilkenmeister quick on the uptake, comes back in. There's the opening necessary. Kujocat just gets blocked out to the side. Nobody can get credit for that one, but Lukaduck looking like he was the one who picked up that save there. Kujocat taking in front of the net. Bit dangerous, but he will keep it safe. We're now approaching halftime. 1 goal deficit, still very much anybody's game at this point. We've seen leads as high as 4 disappear in the blink of an eye. So 1 goal is really nothing to scoff at just yet.
Yeah, he has a 1. It's going to go on. Kujocat there for the save. And Ryan, you're absolutely right. 2 minutes in Rocket League is almost an infinite amount of time to get some offense going. That could have been a fantastic shot opportunity. Instead, it's going to go the other way. It's just wide. Lukaduck with another shot on. Squeaks it in. Tie game.
And Lukaduck just barely managing to pick that one up. Goes for the second touch right there. So close on the save, Wilkenmeister. And Luka, he was demoed out. He was not going to be able to try and do any follow-ups there. Nobody else nearby. Fantastic showing as JCG start to ramp things up in game 2. 2 minutes left on the clock as we start going into the back half of game 2. Following downfield. Lukaduck trying to put that in the corner. Goes for a possible challenge, but he will miss as they opt to roll that one across the field. Kujocat trying to get the center up. Pass attempt from Rick. Doesn't work out, but there still is a shot attempt from Wilkenmeister off the crossbar now. Lukaduck follows back. Oh, and Rick again with a nice block right there. And one of the things that I've seen High Point University do a very good job of is just managing to keep everything out from going in front of the net.
They do a fantastic job of corralling the offense of JCG into unfavorable positions and unfavorable shot conditions. Now, granted, though, JCG hasn't had many opportunities as High Point University, but their level of opportunities, I take that back. High Point University and Lukaduck, unfortunate they're caught. Unfortunately, just holding onto the ball for too long, and it allowed Wilkenmeister to have that served right to him on a silver platter, and they'll retake the lead. A minute to go. If they can hold on to this, they'll be moving on to the next round.
Yeah, and that one was such a close play. Another shot coming through for Cujo Cat, and High Point University starting to try and make a breakaway here in this game. But, you know, JCG, they take too long with the ball in that moment right there. Nobody here really going up for that challenge quickly enough. When the ball is in your box, you've got to get rid of that thing quickly. And unfortunately, JCG just can't find the clears that they are needing right now.
And unfortunately for them, High Point University is seeing all of these opportunities, and they do not hesitate. And that's what's really causing them a lot of duress on their defensive half, because they keep finding themselves in split-second decision moments where they're just like a hair's length away from getting scored on. This is another opportunity here. Cujo Cat flicking it up. No one there, though, for High Point to slam it in. 25 seconds left.
Yeah, and one of the other things, too, is we're seeing numerous double commits there on the defensive half from JCG. But more than that, these guys are just getting boost starved like crazy by High Point right now. There is no boost in their tanks, really. Gets the save. Oh, they just managed to get that one off the goal line. But that is still not going to be enough. You have to do more than save it. You've got to put some goals away. But we are going to have to bid farewell here to JCG. And, you know, the university, they prevail over the high school team here. But definitely a great battle here in game 2 for JCG. They look like they kind of got a bit more comfortable as this one went on. Again, we missed game 1, but judging by the scoreline, they settled in. They felt a bit more comfortable. Just still a couple mistakes they need to fix up, though.
And here's the thing about JCG. I really did think they created some fantastic opportunities for themselves, but unfortunately, they allowed High Point University too many opportunities in the midfield, and that closed out their ability to extend their offense. One thing that I really enjoyed watching from High Point University was their 50-50 midfield challenges. They were almost on every single ball that was coming out of the blue half, and for them that was fantastic, because just by sending their last player up, even as everyone else is rotating back to potentially play defense, you can extend your amount of time on your offensive half, generate more shot opportunities, and keep the defense on their toes. So they did a great job with that. And though JCG, their goals that they were able to score were from fantastic pass opportunities, the volume of those opportunities just was not enough to overcome this High Point University squad. So clearly some things for them to work on. However, as we know, they still have a potential full year together, and I expect to see some great things from this high school team moving forward, because the base is there and it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, they definitely have a solid platform to build upon. It's obvious these players really can carry themselves very well. Once they start settling in, they start pushing a bit better into the offense. And I mean, they totally 100% earned the goals that they picked up there. Like you said, I mean, they weren't just simple mistakes from the High Point defense. It was they genuinely were able to kind of break them down and take it. So yeah, they still have some things to work at, but I think one of the biggest things I really just noticed was it was a battle of speed, and High Point University just had the pacing, they had the rotation down that JCG just couldn't quite find. So if I'm JCG here and I'm the coach, I'm looking at these replays, I'm going to walk through it with them, and talk about where did they succeed and where did we kind of have things break down for us. One of the big things I saw was just a lot of double commits. So taping down your comms is going to be a big thing here for this team moving forward.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. I think this series was an excellent example of how you can have all three players back on defense, but still make defensive mistakes that can cost you. So JCG just got to clean those up a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're in a much more competitive spot. And even if, again, going back to our basics in Rocket League, that three player rotation going on in the defense, even if your first player going in rotation misses that challenge, that's a mechanical mistake, not a mental one. If everyone keeps their mentality in check and with level heads, the rotation does its job and it works. It does work.
Yeah. There's a reason that's the meta to the game.
Yes, exactly.
When it functions well. But
absolutely.
Congratulations to High Point University. They will move on to our quarterfinals now with that 2-0 win over JCG. JCG are now eliminated. This is a single elimination tournament, so they are heading home a bit earlier than they probably wanted to, but nonetheless, we will be moving forward with the stream. Before we go to our break, I do want to give a shout out to Esports TV. Esports TV is the first 24/7 channel available everywhere for esports. Watch live esports events, interact with your favorite gamers and celebrities, and discover your favorite gamers' lifestyle. Go check it out. You can find it on Roku, Fire TV, all those places where you can access live channels on demand. So go check it out, Esports TV or ESTV.com. That's going to be it for our first game here this evening. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the next one.
Go for it.
Okay, so for 1,000 Rocket League credits, we got Gotcha Peter for the winner of it.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Esports College and Career Pathways we are dedicated to helping gamers, players really improve their game, whether at the collegiate level like we are today or as a career.
Go to your buddy and be like, hey, I got paid to play video game and get good grades. What did you get money for?
We really want to give a foundation for gamers to come in, express themselves in their own way, give them a competitive base setting, and provide them with the equipment necessary to, thrive in that competitive setting.
We looked at the resources that are available, and even yesterday I was talking to parents and players, and they didn't even know there were varsity teams at the college level, let alone that there's scholarships. So we took upon ourselves that we really want to put together these combines, not just like Rocket League we're doing now, but we're doing League of Legends in 2 weeks, and beyond that we're probably going to do Fortnite, to really give resources and a recruitment tool for the colleges, but really to get these players in front of the right people at the right time.
Go for it.
Okay, so for 1,000 Rocket League credits, we got Gotcha Peter for the winner of it.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Esports College and Career Pathways we are dedicated to helping gamers, players really improve their game, whether at the collegiate level like we are today or as a career.
So go to your buddy and be like, hey, I got paid to play a video game and get good grades. What did you get money for?
We really want to give a foundation for gamers to come in, express themselves in their own way, give them a competitive base setting, and provide them with the equipment necessary to, thrive in that competitive setting.
We looked at the resources that are available. And even yesterday, I was talking to parents and players, and they didn't even know there were varsity teams at the college level, let alone that there's scholarships. So we took upon ourselves that we really want to put together these combines, not just like Rocket League we're doing now, but we're doing League of Legends in 2 weeks. And beyond that, we're probably going to do Fortnite to really give resources and a recruitment tool for the colleges, but really to get these players in front of the right people at the right time.
Cool. Hello and welcome back to Esports CCP's Battle Up Fall Classic, sponsored by the Marines, the few, the proud, the Marines. Our next matchup is going to be the Weekend Warriors versus UNCC's C team. Haven't seen their third stringers yet, George. But what do you make of this matchup?
If we're just going by what we've seen from UNCC's A and B squads, then we're probably in for a very competitive matchup. Now, Weekend Warriors is one of our 4 teams that we were highlighting at the beginning of the stream to really watch and make a deep run into this tournament. I'm very excited to see what's going to go on. I mean, UNCC C team, they 2-0'd their first round match.
Yep.
Round 2 will also be best of 3. If they can carry that momentum here and forward, it might prove very good for them. We'll have to see it, but I'm not going to hold back in saying that I think Weekend Warriors are going to be a formidable opponent. I think this series might be decided in only 2 games.
You think so? Do you think you have one team in mind over the other, or you just have a feeling that it's going to end in 2?
I have a feeling it's going to end in 2, but I have to give the edge to Weekend Warriors. I mean,
they're coming in as the number 1 seed. It's kind of tough to root against number 1.
That is, it is always hard to root against number 1, but I'm always excited to see any sort of upset. So Ryan, if the most that we can ask for is a very competitive, very fun Rocket League match. And, even from game 1, it was pretty excited. The second game on stream, no doubt in my mind, it will be just a joy to watch.
Yeah, it's bound to be a really good one. And, kind of talking a little bit about these teams too. Weekend Warriors, they're coming in as the number 1 seed. They average the highest MMR of any team here. But the other thing too about UNCC C team, it seems so weird saying so many C's.
UNCCC.
But they do have a really high level team to be working with to practice in the UNC Charlotte team. I can't say it right, but they are. It's just so many C's. It really throws me off. For some reason. Normally, I'm better about that, but they have a really solid team who gets a lot of experience. They get to then go do scrims with regularly, being from the same school. So that's a really good asset to have in your favor. You get to play against high level teams often. So going to be interesting to see how that maybe plays out into this. They are used to playing against a team who is better than them. Maybe that works in their favor dealing with Weekend Warriors here. But again, this is still a best of 3. So it can go either way. Like we said before, game 1 can go in one team's favor. Then games 2 and 3 go the other way. So you never know. Game 3-game series are always so interesting because you
It's
just
tough, yeah.
don't know what's going to happen. Pressure is definitely on when it comes to best of threes. But we do have the lobby up. Players are going to be joining here very shortly, and we will get things running for you guys. Do you have any notable players or anything here when you're looking at these rosters, George?
I'm just gonna say this: if you're looking at Weekend Warriors, let's watch Misery, see what they're able to do on the field. I'm not calling them as like the ultimate playmaker right now, but I expect to see if if there's gonna be a goal going in for Weekend Warriors. Expect the Misery gamer tag to be on the little goal replay play at the bottom of the screen. Little assist or the goal itself, you never know, but. Let's get these players on the field. I'm sure our wonderful viewers are just waiting for some Rocket League action, and I want to put a fresh 5 minutes on the clock in this best of 3. Ryan, let's take this one away. It's going to be a good one.
All right, so we are going to be going into this one now. We have players starting in. We have UNCC there in the blue, and we have Weekend Warriors there in the orange. Going to be a very interesting matchup as we get things underway here. Nyxo trying to get to the save on that one, but it's going to be saved out by Kobe. Quick shot there, comes in from Deluxe, and he puts that one away.
And right here, just taking unfortunate little mistouch there from Koba. Allows Deluxe to just drive right on up and have that free shot on net. 12 seconds in the game one. Statement goal from Weekend Warriors. Let's see if they can hold up.
And we will keep a close eye. Only 20 seconds in, so things still up for grabs here in game one. Shot downfield from LS as Kobe tries to get the save here. Can't quite do it. In the corner right there, Ween trying to get the pass out to the mid. Deluxe with the pickup, trying to slow things down. And again, teams who can control that midfield advantage are going to thrive in these matchups. So again, just keeps the pressure on for a lot of these teams. Deluxe throwing it deep into the corner, trying to get a double tap. Oh, his teammate LS comes in for the shot instead. Throwing off the defense for a split second there, but it goes off the crossbar. And again, LS holding down the midfield line right now for the Weekend Warriors.
And right here, watch out for Deluxe, the free shot on net. The pass from Wine finding its way through and is all set up from Els. And again, the 1-2-3. And unfortunately for the UNCC defense, just a little stagnant on that goal line. Nobody going up to try to intercept that ball before the shot comes. You got to cut down on that angle.
Yeah, you cannot get caught flat-footed here if you're UNCC. You've got to be ready to slow down the offense. But Deluxe comes in, he picks up his hat trick, and we are only a minute 18 into this game, and Deluxe already just blasting up the deficit here.
And UNCC, I don't think they were prepared for the speed that Weekend Warriors are going to deliver here in game one. And it's definitely catching them by surprise, but, you know, luckily for them, it's only game one in this series, and there's also plenty of time left, 3.5 minutes to score 3 goals, make that 4 now, as they're just contributing everyone into this play.
Fantastic pass there from Deluxe, but again, great shot placement there by Wine. He sees the defender coming in. He's going to put it to the far post there. Keep him from having any chance of saving that. And shot placement, huge factor there for them. But really, we've got to start looking at UNCC. They have got to slow down this offense. They are just not moving nearly as quickly as they need to.
Not as quickly as they need to. This could be an opportunity. Everyone's caught up a little bit. And now, an offensive possession for UNCC. Can they get the shot on target? Yes, but it's saved. Els coming in to keep the goal differential at 4.
And right now, we're seeing UNCC start to fire up on the offense. Great bump there from Deluxe. That's going to take out I Am David from getting any form of attack off. Nyxo doesn't get the touch he was looking for, but nobody there to follow through on the opening. Quick shot there from I'm David again, but it will go wide. We're now halfway through game number 1 here, and we are already seeing UNCC having a huge deficit to try and climb out of at this point.
But I mean, Ryan, still half the game left, and in the first half, the Weekend Warriors able to put up 4. You never know what can happen in Rocket League. UNCC can all of a sudden just start bringing it back, and all it takes is one goal to completely flip the momentum. Let's see if they can get something started.
The other thing, too, is we've seen that, you know, as this match has progressed, they have slowed down Weekend Warriors. Weekend Warriors not really getting quite as much pacing on their shots and stuff as we saw before. They're not driving up these shots nearly as fast, as they have to work a bit harder to find these goals. So, you know, unfortunate there for UNCC that they couldn't fire up quickly enough in the beginning, but hopefully they do find those changes necessary. But as I say that, Deluxe drives home his 4th goal in this game, just outscoring everything.
And right here on this play, you can't really blame UNCC for being completely pushed up on the offense. They're trying to find one goal here to kickstart everything into their favor. So, of course, they're going to find themselves in an unfavorable position here with a minute and a half to go. And now this is really what they're going to be looking forward to, Ryan, is just getting ready for game 2, getting the mental mindset and reset and just set up for success.
Yeah, and that's going to be kind of where you have to look at it from here if you're UNCC, is where do you go from here? What avenues for success are left to you? Because right now they just cannot slow down this offense that we were seeing from the Weekend Warriors as Wine drives up another one off the team pass. Everybody getting involved in that one. LS with the initial pass, Deluxe with the pickup, and then Wine with the finish. So right now, we really have to look and see what the options are for UNCC.
And here's something that's really interesting. Back in our first series, High Point University took game 1 6-0. We only caught the last minute of that game. But game 2 was much closer. There is still ample opportunity for UNCC to come back in this series and make it much closer.
Exactly. And I mean, again, the scoreline, it's 6-0, but 4 of those goals came within the first minute, 20 seconds. Everything after that, 3 minutes, 40 seconds, Nixo picks one up. And you know, this is a good indicator for them moving to the next one. You know, pick one up for the road, try to start turning that momentum back in your favor. But if you remove that first minute, 20 seconds, this becomes a much closer game. They were caught flat-footed at the beginning. They weren't quite as revved up, ready to go, it seems. But after that, only 2 goals were picked up beyond that point. So I think it's a good indicator for us moving into the next game of how things are probably going to play out.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, but this could spell danger. No, instead, Nexo is going to have an open opportunity. They're now down by 4, but they scored 2. They scored twice in a row, not conceding a goal in this last minute of play. And things are looking really good for UNCC going into game 2. They're going to drop game 1. It's a best of 3 though, so you gotta do what you gotta do. I think they're setting themselves up for success, and we'll see a much closer game 2.
Yeah, definitely a much better indicator for them going into game 2. You know, and the other thing too is, like, at least they're walking away with the fact that they have scored in this game. You know,
absolutely.
On the last matchup, JCG, they didn't pick up a single goal in game 1. That hampers you going into game 2, and it really does kind of slow you down a bit. But, you know, to see that they have scored, to know that you can score against this team, that their defense isn't so strong that it's impossible for you, that's motivating. And that really does help kind of swing things, I think, for UNCC as they move into the next one. I mean, this is a much closer game when you really do remove that first minute 20 when, you know, they weren't quite as awake.
I absolutely agree. Let's get into game 2. I'm very curious to see if UNCC is going to continue this adjustment, because right now I think they're on an upward trajectory. If they can keep this up, no doubt in my mind that game 2 is going to be more competitive. But now I have a feeling that they can take it and enforce game 3 without a doubt now.
Definitely. The way that things went in the second half there, it felt like this could actually become a competitive series. This is a best of 3. So if UNCC lose this, that is the end of the road for them, and Weekend Warriors will be moving on to the best of 5
That's a great
round.
start.
But Nixo with the opening goal here, 5 seconds in. UNCC strike hard and strike fast here in game 2.
And you can just tell Weekend Warriors were not expecting UNCC to be full throttle at the very start of this game, and it cost them dearly. Now, UNCC, with their first goal, can they hold it up? It's their first lead of the series.
Els passing that one out. Going out. Nixo trying to get another touch there. Couldn't quite get it past Els. And then I'm David trying to drop that one out. Nobody there for the follow through as it's passed downfield. Els almost able to get his touch. Couldn't quite do it. Nixo gets that pass off and they drive it straight back into the orange half. Trying to fight this one through and put it in the box securely. Nixo with a touch opportunity. Can't quite get it past Els, who picks up a save. And right now, these teams both going to be fighting it out. This looks like it's going to be a just straight up brawl here in game 2.
Oh, it definitely feels like it. You can just see the energy in both these squads right now, the way they're moving the ball back and forth down the field. It's so close, neck and neck. I'm very curious to see who's going to strike next, because that could be a strong indicator of how the game's going to go.
Yeah, it definitely can. And again, typically whoever ends up winning game 2, if it's the team that lost game 1, game 3 typically goes in their favor when they take game 2 a vast majority of the time. So you do not want to lose here. I mean, this game is just as important for the Weekend Warriors as it is for UNCC.
Absolutely agree. David almost in prime position. He was reading that bounce so well, but that pass, Koba! What a read! Getting in front of that.
Holding down the line here as they pick up a much-needed save. 3:11 on the clock, and we still hold at a 1-goal lead for UNCC. I'm David, try and take this one out. Nixo picks up his save. Oh, there's a shot off the crossbar. Can't get the double tap. No, and they almost saved his teammate's shot, but they put that one in the net. Els gets credit for it, but this is definitely Wine's shot.
You know, I think actually Els hitting that ball probably took it out of save contention. I saw David on that backboard.
Possibly been saved by David.
Yeah, so you know, hey, every touch matters.
Hey, if it nets you the goal, that's good enough.
Absolutely.
But again, this is going to be a slugfest as we are just now approaching halftime, and this is a much closer score line than what we saw in game 1.
It really just goes to show how sometimes, you know, a team might not have a great start, and unfortunately now for UNCC, they're now down a goal. But I still think their prospects are looking really good here in game 2.
Yeah, prospects are still definitely looking good for them. I mean, 227, they can definitely still find another goal here to kind of bring things back. But the key here is they don't want to let them drive up the score. If the score starts getting beyond 2 goals, I mean, even really beyond 1 goal, it starts getting a little bit scary here if you're UNCC. So they need to keep a hold of the Weekenders here because, you just can't let them get away from you.
You absolutely can't, but watch out for Deluxe. The pass to Els! He saw him from a mile away. And that one might be dangerous.
Redirect. That was the most vicious redirect down.
That one too! Oh!
These redirects are insanely aggressive. But still, they don't find it. And UNCC looking, trying to find a way through here.
That's double commit. That one
out.
Oh, this one's getting really close here. UNCC, they're hungry for that second goal. They want to tie things up. They're so close. Nixo shot on target. No, just a little bit wide. Now Deluxe is going to lob this one downtown.
I'm David, the great save right there. He's going to have to control this one. Give Nixo a chance to reset into the net. Nixo now there. Koba trying to reset behind him. Nixo picking up his savior medal off of that one. Shot on target, and it will go
placement.
Wine with the phenomenal pickup on that pass from Deluxe. 3-1, and the deficit grows a little bit more here for UNCC.
And this is what I really love about the Weekend Warriors offense. It's so selfless. They are always looking for those passes to the midfield for the follow-up shots. And if you're the defense, almost impossible to predict that trajectory because they're able to slot it in absolutely anywhere.
Yeah,
and that's what makes this team so dangerous.
Yeah, teams who can pick their placements as accurately as we are seeing with the Weekend Warriors are always going to be a struggle to face off against. Great back pass right there by Els. And then we're going to see Nyxo try to go in for the stop there. Wine trying to get the pass. Oh, Nyxo just right there misses it. Goes off the side post. Everybody getting in on that one. Koba dropping that into really dangerous territory. Clearing it in front of your net, never a good idea.
Never indeed. It gives more opportunities, but with 20 seconds left, UNCC's C team, they need to score right now. They're running out of time, and it's looking more and more like the Weekend Warriors will take this one a 2-0 sweep.
Yeah, definitely starting to look that way, as this one is now pretty much done and in the books. Very well done by the Weekend Warriors. Number 1 seed here retains their spot. They will be moving on to our semifinals. They are now going into the best of 5 territory. But, you know, UNCC, they did a heck of a lot better there in game 2. And again, that is why these series are so crucial and how you get started, because we saw UNCC just get dragged through the mud there in that first minute, 20 seconds.
And this is why every game is super important in these best of 3s. You cannot afford to just come out in a sluggish game 1. It's unfortunate for UNCC because in game 2 and even towards the end of game 1, they proved to us that they belonged on the field against Weekend Warriors, and they were there to play and make it competitive. Just unfortunately for them, they just got started a little too late, and by then all of the momentum was in the favor of Weekend Warriors, and they're able to take it.
Yeah, by that point, you know, kind of all bets are off. I mean, it's anybody's game at that point. But UNCC, I mean, I don't feel like these guys played bad in all honesty. I mean, I felt like they really did put up a great fight. But again, it's just going to be that way that you start. It is so, so important. And I mean, if I had to like look at some other aspects of the play, I would say, you know, we still saw a little bit of the same stuff we saw with JCG. There were some double commits where they could have maybe gotten away with those. Some clears not really going in the direction you want, like Koba's pass right there in front of the net. I mean, those are always dangerous types of plays. You've got to try and find better ways to get it cleared, but do it safely.
Yeah, you have to minimize the opportunities that you give your opponents, because at some point later on in these tournaments, in the later rounds, you're going to face teams that are going to capitalize on every single one of those chances. So the more you can minimize those plays and play smart Rocket League, the better your chances are overall.
Exactly. But there you have it. Game number 2 ending right there in favor of the Weekend Warriors as they take the 2-0 sweep. You called it, George. 2-0 sweep there. We didn't quite say who got it, but it is going to be the Weekend Warriors. They move on to our semifinals now. They are one step closer to being in the money. You know, if you win a semifinals game, you're in the money. And then if you lose there in the semifinals, you still have one more chance to try and pick up that third place position. But before we go into our break, I do want to mention one of our other partners today. It is the NFL alumni. So they are serving a dual mission of caring for kids and caring for our own. The NFL Association expanding its positive influence on young people in the United States by announcing its new NFL national headquarters, streaming studio, and Twitch page, as well as launching a series of esports events along with its current Pro Day Experience educational field trips. In December 2019, they announced their partnership with Esports TV, who we talked about a little bit earlier, and their exclusive broadcast media partner. Together, they have worked to raise funds for COVID-19 to help those who are struggling as we deal with this pandemic throughout the world. But, you know, another fantastic partner here helping us out today. So we want to thank them for their support. But that's going to do it here for our second round of the tournament. We'll be right back after the short break with our semifinal matchup.
Go for it.
Okay, so for 1,000 Rocket League credits, we got Gotcha Peter for the winner of it.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Esports College and Career Pathways we are dedicated to helping gamers, players really improve their game, whether at the collegiate level like we are today or as a career.
Go to your buddy and be like, hey, I got paid to play video game and get good grades. What did you get money for?
We really want to give a foundation for gamers to come in, express themselves in their own way, give them a competitive base setting, and provide them with the equipment necessary to, thrive in that competitive setting.
We looked at the resources that are available. And even yesterday, I was talking to parents and players, and they didn't even know there were varsity teams at the college level, let alone that there's scholarships. So we took upon ourselves that we really want to put together these combines, not just like Rocket League we're doing now, but we're doing League of Legends in 2 weeks. And beyond that, we're probably going to do Fortnite to really give resources and a recruitment tool for the colleges, but really to get these players in front of the right people at the right time.
Go for it.
Okay, so for 1,000 Rocket League credits, we got Gotcha Peter for the winner of it.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Esports College and Career Pathways, we are dedicated to helping gamers, players really improve their game, whether at the collegiate level like we are today or as a career.
So you go to your buddy and be like, hey, I got paid to play a video game and get good grades. What did you get money for?
We really want to give a foundation for gamers to come in, express themselves in their own way, give them a competitive base setting, and provide them with the equipment necessary to, thrive in that competitive setting.
We looked at the resources that are available, and even yesterday I was talking to parents and players, and they didn't even know there were varsity teams at the college level, let alone that there's scholarships. So we took upon ourselves that we really want to put together these combines, not just like Rocket League we're doing now, but we're doing League of Legends in 2 weeks. And beyond that, we're probably going to do Fortnite to really give resources and a recruitment tool for the colleges, but really to get these players in front of the right people at the right time.
Hello and welcome back to the Esports CCP Battle Up Fall Classic, sponsored by the Marines. The few, the proud, the Marines. So we are now going into our semifinal matchups. We have seen already 2 fantastic matches, but now things get a bit more intense as players now fight to become part of the money. Once again, I'm your host, Ryan, and joining me is Meet and Greek. All right, Greek, we're going in. Things are looking tense for this next matchup.
Man.
This very well could be a grand final matchup, in my opinion.
Ryan, we just got the match update for these 2 teams. I'm scribbling in my notebook right now, figuring out what to say. Sorry I was sleeping. Very scary last matchup against High Point University. High Point University taking game 1, but they were able to bring it back, and they took game 2, 7-0, game 3, 3-0. So they had to just warm up a little bit, but things were under control for them. Now, King University is going to be our first time seeing them on stream for this evening, but this is not a team to be reckoned with either. They have Matt, KC Colts, and Sway on their roster. So I think this best of 5, I hope it goes all the way. I hope we get 25 plus minutes of Rocket League action, because it's just going to be awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see this going all 5 games. I mean, these are 2 rock solid rosters. I mean, just looking at him again, like you said, KC Colts, he is a phenomenal player. We have seen him numerous times across plenty of different matchups. And even if you look at their matchups last game, you know, sorry I was sleeping. They lost game 1, but their second 2 games went to a full shutout. Not a single goal was scored by High Point, and they managed to score 10 goals within those 2 games. And then you flip over to King University. They won theirs in a 2-0 sweep, but similar story. They won 10 goals throughout that entire series. Their opponents only scored 2 total. So both these teams dominated in their last matchup. To say anything less is an understatement. So to see how they both perform against each other is going to be intense, in my opinion.
And now, you know, for those who don't know, sorry I was sleeping. That's just a little bit of a name for them. It's actually UNCC's A squad. So
yeah. So these guys definitely know what they are doing. But players are starting to load up into the matchup as we are starting to get things ready to go for you guys here on the stream. It does look like there was a slight mishap as one of the players didn't quite load in time. It does look like we are going to continue to play on, though, as nothing has changed. But again, we have Sorry I Was Sleeping there in the orange, and we have King University there in the blue. Game number 1, again, this is a best of 5, George. So, you know, a lot of Rocket League here, man.
A lot of Rocket League, absolutely right. Well, let's see what Matt's going to be able to do. He's going to take this one downtown. No, instead, Alpha Giddy going to wait for that boost to come through. No, Don's going to throw it on target. Matt desperately trying to hit it away, dunks it in, but I think that was going in regardless. A hot start here for UNCC.
Yeah, definitely a tough angle. You're not going to be able to get behind that. I mean, you see the orange attacker coming in right hot on your heels. There's no way you're wrapping around the ball quickly enough on that. So, I mean, he's just going to close that one out. And, I mean, when you think about it at the end of the day, it could be that, you know, this game comes down to a second or two if he let that half-second pass. I don't know. You know, whoever knows how these things are going to go. But
oh, that's a big bump.
Great bump right there. Daffy taking control. Gets that flick attempt. Oh, it just almost works out. Alpagini coming in hot. He can't put it away, though, as it gets pinched out to the side. Matt passing it up the Sway. Don trying to fight up high. KC Colts drops down low, and he will secure it. 1-1. 3:52 left on the clock.
The shot attempt was there, but the placement immaculate. Alpha Giddy just waited a second too long to make an attempt on the goal. If I was him, you know that ball was going to be screeching down. You got to get in front of your net. But now this game is tied up. King University coming back from the first couple of seconds here in game 1 and now making it really competitive.
Yeah, and you know, those half-second moments of hesitation can just ruin any opportunity of making a save, or in some cases even picking up the goal. So you've got to be very decisive in this matchup when you go for your plays. But KC Colts pops that one up high. Don with the ball. Sway coming in hot on this one, tries to get the pass off. He releases it successfully to Matt, but Daffy secures that save right there. Gets it around one. Can't get it past Sway, though. As we're starting to see Sorry I Was Sleeping and King get very aggressive with one another.
And as they should here in game one, they're going to play it just like the best of threes. Every game, every goal counts. And they're going to take advantage of every opportunity presented to them. And they're also going to create their own opportunities as well. We're seeing a lot more demos going on here in the later stages of this tournament. It's always great to see these teams embrace that meta. As you know, if the defense is not going to make a mistake, well, you'll make one for them. You'll break up their rotation all in one play.
Exactly. If you can find ways to kind of punch holes in that defense forcefully like that, I mean, you're going to be looking 100 times better. But you also just kind of force them to have to be expanding their awareness. And when you do that, it really does get exhausting. And that can force this to become a series that is a battle of attrition. So they're going to have to keep a close grip on things here. But Matt passing, trying to get that one round out about. Alpha Giddy stops it. That one open. Nobody there on the follow through. What is going on?
That one might go in.
King University, nobody was there on that follow through. Wide open net on the UNCC side.
Oh, man.
Matt will drive that one home as he punches it across the opening of the net. 2-1.
Fantastic awareness from Matt, recognizing defense not in prime position to make a save. Just throw it on target, be more aggressive. King University, they take the lead.
And this match just getting a bit more tense here if you're UNCC. If you're Sorry I Was Sleeping, I apologize. Going back out. Dawn trying to fight that one in the corner. Gonna have to leave that one. KC Colts passes it off. Matt, last one back. KC Colts having to rotate back into position. He almost picks that one up, positioning a little too slowly. Alpha Giddy with the pass off to Don, and that is an equalizer for Sorry I Was Sleeping.
And you know, I think there was slight hesitation on the King University defense. I believe it was KC Colts and Matt were both trying to decide who was going to go up for that challenge, and just that split-second decision cost them dearly. And this game is tied up again.
Oh, and that one going right off the crossbar. KC Colts picks up the save. Double commit coming out from King University. Matt with the pass back down as they try transition play that one into the net. KC Colts getting in a deadlock right there with Don, but not for too long. That one boomed down to the blue half. Matt trying to get a play going here. Can't quite land it the way he wants to. And again, right now we're seeing both teams really do a good job of trying to find those transition plays and make it work for them. Trying to get past two, can't quite do it as Matt with a great pickup. And we stay stagnant at a 2-2 scoreline right now.
And we knew this game was going to be super competitive. Here comes Alpha Giddy. There's an opportunity. No! Turns around, and now, oh, that one hurts to see, Ryan. Because even though you're the last man, that ball's coming at you. You had plenty of time to put this ball back on the offense, create opportunity. This one could present itself, but no, it does not. And we might see our, would it be our first overtime on stream this evening? It might just be. Might be. So let's see if this final 15 seconds, if someone can score. It looks like Alpha Giddy can. Daffy breaks the tie, finds purchase.
And Alpha Giddy picks up a playmaker medal off of that fantastic pass he picks up from Don. Daffy comes in for the finish. And when you see the whole team getting in on the play like that, it is so difficult to deal with as the defense. 12 seconds. This one is not over yet, folks, but that win on the kickoff right there for UNCC. Oh, they're just going to drive up the score a little bit further. That is going to be the nail in the coffin right here as game one ends in favor of Sorry I Was Sleeping.
It doesn't, even though King University got the demolition on the UNCC squad and had a 3-2, I guess, advantage. They all just kind of sequestered themselves into the same half of the field and did not spread out, allowed that last-second goal to get scored and solidify the Game 1 win here for Sorry I Was Sleeping.
Yeah, and everybody just getting in on these plays. Both teams really going hard as they try to blast through this one. I mean, we saw Sorry I Was Sleeping, you know, it was a bit tough at times for them there, but those 2 goals right at the end were just the quick 1-2 punch to really shut this thing down pretty convincingly, I would say, for them. But throughout the rest of that matchup, it was fairly close and competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't see King University not stepping down anytime soon in this series. It's going to be a nail biter all the way to the end.
Yeah, but now as we get into game number 2, things are going to get a little bit more difficult for everybody involved. Because right now, if you're Sorry I Was Sleeping and you take this, you have all but won the series because reverse sweeps are so difficult to pull off.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, of course,
Absolutely.
It's not entirely over for them if they win this one, but it puts them in a fantastic position as they try to make their way into the grand finals. Whereas if you are King University, this is a must-win game for you.
100% agree with that sentiment, Ryan. But we have a fresh 5 minutes on the clock. Brand new game 2. And this could be King University's way to come back, but right now it's looking very dicey. They're going to have to find a way to get this ball out of their blue half, and they managed to do that, Matt, with the full boost. Can't get it past last defender.
Casey Colt's going to demo out Daffy, trying to open up some spacing here for them. Dawn tries to get the center up. Ooh, that one too close for comfort if you're on King University. Oh, and that one just goes right back around, and Sway with the snipe from downtown picks up that pass and just redirects the snot out of it.
Oh, yeah, and you know, the Sorry I Was Sleeping defense, they were not expecting that at all. They were all in offensive rotation mode. They were getting ready to throw another attack on the net, and they get caught in the transition. King University taking a 2-goal lead now early on, capitalizing, and you got to feel for Alpha Giddy in that position. Last defender back. You're facing your goal, and you're unable to make a drive at the ball to cut down that angle. Very tough position to be in as the last defender.
When you see someone finessing the ball in the way that Casey Colts can do, I mean, that's just got to be hurting. You know what is coming to you right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know that's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to pick up the save on. So, he did the best he could with the situation he had, but Casey Colts, again, solid player right there. We are now 2-0. King University turning this series on its head as we move into game 2 right now. Things looking very good for them as they open this one up. But
yeah, 3 minutes to go, though, so plenty of opportunity, Ryan, still for the Sorry I Was Sleeping squad, but King University, absolutely right, looking very good in game 2.
Very, very good right now, but things starting to slow down as we see goals not coming out quite as fast. Dawn going to try and direct that one into the corner. Casey Colts trying to fight it, but the pinch goes well into King University's favor. Now that one up high, another drop down as they fight for it up high. And right now we're seeing King University do a very good job of just not letting the Sorry I Was Sleeping offense get a foothold in their half.
And this is exactly what they have to do. They cannot let off the gas here, or else it's going to just swing back into the Sorry I Was Sleeping squad. What a big demo! The play coming through. Talking about just completely eliminating the defense here. Daffy, fantastic awareness, and also accidentally steals it.
What fast thinking, though, to wrap around the ball and take that demolition. I mean, that was so impressive right there, just the speed of that reaction. Very well done. Sorry I Was Sleeping, taking goal number 1 there for themselves. And, you know, now there's a 1-goal deficit, still 2 minutes left. Things are not comfortable right now for King, but they are going to pick that one up as KC Colts just drives that one in with absolutely no pressure whatsoever.
And you know, it's unfortunate because Alpha Giddy gets the demolition, but I think bumping into that offender slowed them down just a little too much and took him out of the defensive play and allowed the goal to get scored. I think he would have been back in time to make the save if not for that.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one, but now we are 3-1, minute 40 left. King University have regained that 2-goal lead. However, we saw in the last matchup, Sorry I Was Sleeping picked up 2 of their goals within the last 30 seconds. So this is definitely going to come down to the wire unless King University can try and add on a little bit more padding for this goal right now. But that one now looking good, and there's the finish. Daffy fighting through all 3 defenders who cannot get a tire on the ball.
And this is really unfortunate. Backboard defense, so critical in Rocket League. If you allow that to bounce back into the center of your half, you should 100% expect a shot on goal. You need to be on your own backboard, clearing that away, especially at this level.
Whoa!
Daffy!
What a finish! He picks up the hat trick off of that one. Just look at this goal right here.
Oh my!
Oh, Matt should have totally gotten in on that one. He delayed his touch a little bit too long on that one.
That is just Daffy taking control of game 2, saying, all right, momentum's not in our favor. We're going to take control again. Alpha Giddy. Sorry I was sleeping. You know, the name rings true because they have woken up in game 2 and they just took the lead.
And now we see a 2-goal lead in favor of King University go and have 3 unanswered goals against them to not only relinquish their lead, but now fall behind. Matt trying to finesse that one through, but nobody there in time to follow up. Don holding true on it as he picks up his savior medal, 4-3. And if you're King University right now, you've got to find this goal, and Matt will do just that off that assist from Sway.
And, you know, very reminiscent of the first half of game 1. So much back and forth now between these 2 teams. And it's really going to come down to who gets final possession here in game 2. That's what I'm betting on, at least for the outcome of this match, Ryan. It's so close.
Yeah, and both teams just punching back and forth. Nobody really able to hold this lead for long. I mean, 2 goals, 1 goal, none of it matters right now because it's all going to collapse under the offense of each of these teams. Matt driving that one into the corner. Alpha Giddy ready to receive it, takes possession, fights that one, wins a 50-50 deep into blue territory. Sway tries to just fend off an attack. But now we see them trying to mount a counter. Matt quick on this one. This guy's everywhere.
That's on target!
And KC Colts drives it home. 1 second left here. And it is 5-4 in favor of King University.
KC Colts coming in clutch. The last second shot. Will it be enough? Sorry, as I was sleeping, enough to keep the ball in the air. And it looks like that might not happen. That one might touch the ground. It also just goes in. This game almost exactly like game 1, except King University will take it, scoring the last 2 goals to solidify it. We have a tied series.
Yes, we do. And, you know, this one could definitely go all the way to 5 games right now with the way these 2 teams are playing. KC Colts, man, picking up a hat trick, showing off what he can do. But, you know, this whole squad dishing out shot after shot after shot. They walk away with a total of 15 shots after that game in comparison to Sorry I Was Sleeping walking away with only 6. But despite that, this matchup just being so close and down to the wire. Again, King University, they kind of returned the favor that Sorry I Was Sleeping did in game 2 by picking up 2 goals just right there at the end.
I think it's very important that you bring up the amount of shots that King University was able to throw on net, because it just goes to show their offensive style is more about quantity than quality. Versus, sorry, I was sleeping. Their half of the field is more on the quality of their shots, and their opportunities, though few, they're able to score on 80% of them. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, just the defensive pressure and everything. I mean, when you look at the stat line for both these teams, they have such a different way in which they approach everything. And so it's just a battle of, which is the right way to play Rocket League. Go really hard into the offense or make every single shot you have count to a high degree, but not take quite as many. So going into game number 3 now. This is a best of 3 effectively starting now. So, you thought you were done with those, but moving into our semifinals now, it's just that close. And we're going to see Sway control this one to the corner. He tries to win that 50-50. It goes a bit neutral, but then we are going to see Dawn punch through on that one. Shot goes very high. Not going to be all that threatening. AlphaGitty trying to push that one through. Matt sends it out and away. Both teams just trying to, kind of find their footing here in game 3 now, because this just got a lot more tense.
It did. Oh no! It sneaks its way through. Daffy throwing it on target, but I feel for Matt in that position. I thought for sure that was going to be saved.
Yeah, that one totally looked like it was going to be a save. I was not expecting that one to turn into a goal for them, but it did just that. Oh, getting the dunk. Can they finish it? No. Matt sends it out to the side. And right now, Sorry I Was Sleeping take the lead for game 3. Dawn going to demo out Sway. And again, these two teams, they're just challenging left and right. And some of these challenges going in the way of very dangerous looking pinches. So both teams need to be very cautious about how they approach those.
They should both. Look at this pass here from KC Colts. Oh,
wide open.
Hold on.
There. Where's
Hold on.
the defense?
I thought for sure that pass from KC Colts was going to go all the way downtown. Instead, it finds no purchase, and Dawn just sees the opportunity and takes complete control.
Dawn with arms wide open says thank you very much and just puts it in the piggy bank. They are now 2-0 as we approach our halftime. And both teams have had this 2-goal lead for themselves before, and both of them have lost it. So I'm really not putting a whole lot of stock unless we start seeing them really drive up.
Oh my gosh,
what a
Daffy.
shot from Daffy. Just so much power in this one. I don't see how you could have done anything to stop it.
And the thing is, though, we've seen Daffy come up with this same exact goal-scoring scenario multiple times in this series. And if you're King University, you see that ball going up the wall like that with Daffy behind it, you got to be prepared. I'm surprised they weren't then.
Yeah, and now for the first time, we see a team with a 3-goal lead. Going to be interesting to see how King University handle that. Again, still half the game left to be played, so this definitely can be turned around in their favor. But a quick drop downfield by Dawn. Quick redirect. Oh, but nobody there to follow through. KC Colts with the stop.
AlphaGitty.
And another open net. Sway swings in just in time. These two teams really, just playing with fire in some of these situations.
And they really are. They like to cut it close, but that's just how they operate. They know their last defender is going to make that touch super clutch on both ends. And that's that level of trust that both these teams have that makes them such formidable teams to play against.
Very much so. 3-0 right now. And oh
my,
just gonna add on another. And if you see Daffy anywhere near the ball at this point, you have got to go and try to put the brakes on. This guy is just insane with how strong his offense has been looking. And AlphaGitty, again, fantastic passing plays. He is going to be part of the cornerstone to a lot of these passing plays that you see them setting up over on the Sorry I Was Sleeping side. So right now, these guys are looking dominant in game 3.
Oh, yeah, and Daffy's, I believe, second hat trick of the night. Very impressive individual performance as that one sneaks through the defense. A collapse here. A glimmer of hope, though, for King University, as maybe they'll start to pull this one back.
And this one definitely chance for it to come back in their favor. A 3-goal deficit, though, like we said, that is the biggest one we had seen until we had that 4 a second ago. But there's another shot. It's up from Matt. Doesn't go through as Alpha Giddy picks up the save. And, you know, things just getting closer and closer and closer here. Daffy trying to look for a touch. Daffy again. This guy's been insane on the offense, Greek. Like, how do you stop this guy?
That's the million-dollar question here, Ryan. It's just the volume that Daffy is producing in this game is unreal, and it's not just here in Game 3. It's been consistent for this entire series. So Daffy has gone on to become the X factor, I believe, for this best of 5, simply because Daffy was the reason why they're able to bring back Game 2. Daffy here, again, getting the assist, giving the setup here for Alpha Giddy, just everywhere on the field.
Everywhere indeed. 5-1. This is just not looking good for King University. 41 seconds left on the clock here in Game 3. And, you know, whoever wins this one right here, this is a huge win because you are going to end up at match point in the next one. So definitely going to be a huge deal here for King University because, you know, after this, they can't lose anymore. They've got to hold every game.
They have to, and, you know, that just makes it much more difficult, a lot more pressure on them, though I suspect that this is a team that has played in a bunch of high-pressure scenarios, and some of these squads really do thrive in it. So we'll have to let the series play out and really figure out the real story. But right now, this one's going to end. And sorry I was sleeping. I mean, really turning up the heat here in Game 3. They'll take this one 5-1 and retake control of the series.
I mean, that was a thrashing right there if I've seen one. We honestly think that the series was going to go to Game 5. I mean, and it still very well could. But I don't think I saw any of these games going this one-sided. You know, I mean, sorry I was sleeping. Just were a force to be reckoned with. Daffy in particular.
Wow.
This guy is just insane. Some of his shots, and again, like you said, they all look very similar at the end of the day. So if you're on King University, you should start recognizing when he's setting these plays up and be very prepared. Or if you see him start trying to take the ball to the wall like that, go and try to interrupt him before he gets into his groove.
That's what you got to do. You have to shut down Daffy. Another hat trick in this series. That's at least 2 of them now. I didn't recall if they were able to get the hat trick in Game 1. But Games 2 and 3, stellar performances. I mean, it's not just Daffy. It's the entire Sorry I Was Sleeping squad right now. They've just been playing great Rocket League. But at the same time, King University has been doing a stellar job as well. It's just a back and forth between these two teams.
Yeah, definitely very close matchup right now. But Matt pick up the first one off that pass from Sway, and everybody just clustered up there in the net. Nobody able to pick up that save.
And it really is back and forth. King University, now with that first goal, I predict they're gonna gain quite a bit of momentum here in Game 4. It's exactly how they want to start it. Cannot afford to lose another game in this series. They have to win out.
Yes, they do. And Alpha Gate gonna get thrown out to the side. Quick pass out to the mid. Nobody there as Matt sends it out and away off the backboard. And again, this is Game 4 now. If you are on King University, this is a game you must win. An incredible save there from Don. That one definitely looked like it was going to find its way into the net. Oh, and that one's so
Oh.
close. Just bangs right off the side post. And that will not go in. We hold 1-0 here in game 4, but that one, again, these are just so close.
You know, Ryan, the goalpost giveth and the goalpost taketh away. And we see it happen all the time. It's a game of pixels, to be honest. Some of these games so close.
Well, I mean, you always look at players and their stats and stuff. I mean, honestly, player with the most saves, crossbar. Second most saves, side post, you know. Right or left, I can't tell you which one's better, but, you know, these guys pick up more saves than any player in the history of the game, so you gotta be ready to try and put these things on target as best you can. And, you know, King University, they have done a great job of when they do find their opportunities, striking home, but they also do a really good job of just overwhelming the defense for Sorry I Was Sleeping. They really pack the box full of players, keep that rotation tight and quick, and, you know, that really frustrates some defenses.
You know, it does, but from what we've seen so far from Sorry I Was Sleeping, they've kept themselves calm and collected and just ready to strike at a moment's notice. Here's another opportunity. Daffy's going to attempt to keep this on the offensive half, and the midfield challenge from Don is going to keep the momentum going forward, and this is exactly what they need here. But this could be a potential opportunity. Matt, a little bit of a mistouch. Could have thrown that on target.
Yeah, almost putting that one away, but not quite able to get the finish. We still hold 1-0. We are now halfway through the game, and this, I mean, if things keep going as they are, which, I mean, the way these two teams have been playing, you really can't tell. I mean, this could potentially be our lowest scoring match. But as we go on, Daffy taking possession, dangerous with the ball as he is. Matt will be there to meet him. Pass out to the mid, there's the shot. Oh! A little too slow and a little too far off to the side. Very great opportunity there for them, just barely missing the finisher. Great touch attempt from Alpha Giddy, looking to get the finish. Dawn tries to challenge that one, not going to be able to get past that defender though. Daffy again, the demon himself.
Oh, Matt!
And there's the finish, almost fell through. Matt picks up 2 saves right there. I don't even know if he got credit for the second one, but he should have.
That was impeccable defense from Matt, keeping the lead alive. But King University on the counterattack. Can they get one to go? No. And they're going to go back on defense.
And right now, I mean, again, this is so close. King University there in the blue. They still have to try and win this one, and one more. Series score right now is 1-2. For those of you just tuning in, this is game number 4. Sorry I Was Sleeping, just they're poised to take this right now. They just need to find the one goal and try to force that overtime. But King University gonna make it difficult. Daffy though, dangerous, shoots that one downfield, not quite good enough. Redirect out to the mid, can they get the finish here?
Oh, man.
You know, expecting that one just be driven straight to the back of the net almost. Don with the boomer. 30 seconds left here. Oh, great stuff right there on the shot. As they just try to hold down the fort, the 1-goal lead, you know. This is like holding on to a thread right now.
It really is. And how much more can this King University defense take? There's 10 seconds left, and they're in a prime position to take it here. They just got to keep this ball on the orange half. It looks like Alpha Giddy is going to start the last chance at offense. This one won't make it around the corner. It's a bump. Oh, no! I like the idea.
He just went away from the touch and went for the bump on the offense there. Oh, just so close.
It's just you had to make a choice. Yeah.
Clearance.
Oh, we are going to a game 5, but King University, this one was tight, Ryan. Our closest or lowest scoring goal series of the evening here.
Yeah,
just squeaking by with 1 goal. King University forced game 5.
You know,
Wow.
they held on to the thread, King University, and that thread somehow did not snap on them under the weight. You know, I said this
That
could
thread was
possibly
made of
be
steel.
somehow, dude, I said that could possibly be our lowest scoring game, and it ended up doing just that. 1-0. I have no idea who's taking this last game, Greek.
It's just, oh, here's my prediction of how Game 5 is going to go. It is going to be, there's going to be no score, I think, until last minute gameplay. Both these teams are going to play super conservatively and not want to make any mistakes whatsoever. That's my prediction, at least, Ryan.
Hey, whoever wins this one is going to find themselves in the money. No matter what happens, they will be guaranteed a cut of the prize pool. And they may have their one step closer to those sweet gaming chairs. But again, the prophecy has been foretold here by Meet and Greek. Will it happen? I'm not so sure.
It doesn't.
Proven wrong within 28 seconds. Not everybody is cut out to be fortune tellers, Greek.
You're absolutely right, but the defense, unfortunate for Matt, was just pushed up a little too much, and that cost them dearly the first 30 seconds in. And sorry, I was sleeping. They will take the lead, Ryan.
Yeah, and that's much needed right now. Those first goals, very crucial in this matchup in particular. They're always important, but it definitely helps when you're fighting such a team that feels like they're on even footing with you like this. But a great touch right now, and we're seeing, sorry I was sleeping, try to make a couple of different touches happen. Great touch right there on the back from AlphaGiddy. Doesn't quite find its purchase there, but going out to the side, AlphaGiddy again directs it back out. Goes wide, Casey Colts up high. Can he get the touch he needs?
The tank.
Oh, he just did not have quite enough there for him to put it away. But again, King University, these guys are lethal.
They're lethal. We'll have to see what they can do. They're still down by 1, Ryan, and the clock is against them.
Yeah, clock always in the death timer when you find yourself down. So you got to try and reset it or try to find a way to shift it back onto your opponent. Right now, King University trying to find that goal. Ease their pressure a bit. 3:10 left on the clock. See Dawn up on that one. He's going to have to try and land quickly. Get back in position. Quick follow through attempt from AlphaGiddy. Not going to be able to quite put it away. And the defense working very nicely here for King University at the moment.
And let's see an opportunity, not on target. But instead it's going to go the other way. Everyone committed onto that play, and they were basically guaranteeing an opportunity for sorry I was sleeping by doing that.
And Casey Colts there, he opts to try and go for that touch. Should have tried to continue moving back towards the net. Unfortunately, he did not see that defender coming out quickly enough, and that is going to be a 2-goal lead here at halftime. But Matt quickly fires back off that pass from Sway, and the Sway-Matt combo today has been fantastic.
Yeah, and big demo from Casey Colts on Don. Last man back. Get an easy shot on target. Now they're only down by 1. They're in the same position they were in just moments ago. Can they repeat and tie this one up?
Well, with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, we've seen that 1 goal, 2 goals, it's not enough. In some cases,
that one might be in.
It's just 2-2. Again, King University, these guys can fire back when they need to.
They can, and you're absolutely right, Ryan. No lead is safe, especially if it's only by 1 or 2 goals. This game just completely shifted on its head, and again, it just comes right back.
Definitely getting very close here. Daffy just... Again, if Daffy has the ball, go shut him down.
Yes.
Just go challenge him. You cannot let the man hold the ball.
And if UNCC... Sorry I was sleeping. They're the same team, basically. They are UNCC. They are UNCC. But if they hold on to this game and make it to the grand finals, well, whoever they're playing, they better be studying up on what Daffy is doing. They got to shut Daffy down.
Very much. But since we'll be showing the other semifinal game here as well, both the team here and the team that they are potentially facing are going to have time to kind of feel each other out, figure out where they're going. So, you know,
absolutely,
you have a lot of time to kind of read up on your opponent and dissect their play style right now.
That is so true. But a minute and a half to go. King University find themselves still down by 1. Can they create the opportunity they're looking for? That one's on target!
And the mistake right there on the defender. They almost get the clear. Alpha misses it, but then right here,
that one's tough.
Dawn just missed the necessary touch to clear it away. 3-3. King University fight their way right back into the equalizer.
And it's tough when your first defender makes a little bit of a mistake, but when your second defender also makes the error, it just makes it so much harder for your defense.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make things a bit more difficult here, but both teams this is going to come down to 1 goal, Greek. I mean, this is just far too close for comfort.
It is, that might be the goal of the demo.
What a play, Daffy! Not only can he be the one to score it, he can be the one to create the openings necessary.
Oh, man, and you could see Sway desperately reversing, trying to get away, seeing the demolition coming, but it was just too late. Sorry, I was sleeping. They retake the lead.
And that has got to hurt. King University, man, these guys keep having to fight uphill battles all the time against this match because they'll just catch back up, then they fall right back down, then they catch up, then they fall right back down. It is just a vicious cycle for these guys, but they do not let it get them down. But 36 seconds left on the clock. This is not comfortable if you're King University.
It's not, and they probably have only really 2 or 3 meaningful offensive possessions left in this game, and they need to make every single one of those count if they want to tie it up. And let's see if KC Colts can make the touch. No, Daffy's going to bring that downfield, and Sway might be the last defender back.
He's going to have Matt there with him. They pinch it way down into the orange half. Can they turn that into something? Not quite. Matt, he can't get the touch he's looking for, and that leaves it to Don. They've just got to put this one down the ground, and UNCC will take it, and there it is. Sorry, I was sleeping. Will walk away the winners here. They are now money, and they are going to the grand finals.
This one was just back and forth the entire series. These teams trading wins every single time. You cannot ask for a better best of 5. If these teams played a best of 7, I guarantee would have also made it all the way there. Probably in very similar fashion as well, Ryan. Yeah. Wow. GG's to King University. They made this one like absolutely incredible. Grand finals worthy, I would say, but just that was bananas. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was far closer. Wow. I mean, you and me thought it was gonna be close. You know, we predicted the 5-game turnout there, but I still wasn't expecting it to be such a nail biter, even in the final game. So congratulations there, though. Sorry, I was sleeping. Moved to the grand finals, and I'm blanking on the team name suddenly.
You're good. You're good.
King University, they are still in this, though. I mean, they are not going to go to the grand finals anymore. They are not able to get the first or second place, but they will go down to a third place tiebreaker matchup where they still have potential to claim that third place prizing. So, you know, still something there for them. You know, they're still not quite out. They still have one more game to play, but they are not going to be going into that end result that they were hoping for. You know, I think both teams really played their hearts out here. But did you really see anything that you were kind of like having a chance, or is there anything that you really thought they could do differently here?
Oh man, Ryan, this is like I try to be so critical of these teams And really what it comes down to, at least on the side of King University, is just they pushed up just a little too much on offense. They committed all 3 of their players just a little too often, and it allowed Sorry I Was Sleeping to just really whack them with the transition plays, and that's how they're able to convert a lot of their goals. If they were able to clean up just that bit of their play, it would have just been still, I mean, the series was still a toss-up with how these teams were playing, but it would have they would have definitely pushed it more into King University's favor if they cleaned that up.
Yeah, and I mean, it's it's just so hard though. I don't know how you deal with some
It
of these
is.
players on Sorry I Was Sleeping. I mean, Daffy. If I'm
Wow.
going into the next matchup, if I win this next game and I'm going into the grand finals against Daffy, I know he's just the guy I have to shut down. I know for a fact that he's the one that I have got to put on the radar and make sure that he is stopped before he can really do too much, because the guy's goals were just crazy. And the fact that he got away with some of the ones that he did when, they kind of saw it coming, or they should have, was just like, oh, it stinks.
That's just how it is. But I mean, man, every time I saw Daffy, for example, just going up the wall with the ball with full boost, that to me was just like, this is a recipe of disaster for King University. How do you stop this one player? And when it gets down to it, like, I know that we're not officially giving out MVP prizes, but if I had to give out MVP prize for that last series, just Daffy.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you.
100%.
He was such an offensive
Wow.
force for that team. And I mean, not to downplay Alpha Gideon Dawn. I mean, they had
Oh, yeah.
fantastic passing plays to him. They did a lot of great stuff in their own rights. But I mean, Daffy, he was not only the scorer, but he played the supporting roles with his demolitions and stuff. I mean, the guy was just a monster to deal with. And I can only imagine how much of a headache the defense was feeling there on King University. But, there you have it. Sorry I Was Sleeping. Moving on to the grand finals. They are one step closer to claiming that sweet, sweet prize money and those awesome gaming chairs from Vertigear. But before we go into our break, I do want to let you guys know about one of our other partners. We have Merc Esports. Merc Esports is a production team that specializes in any esports, from League of Legends to Overwatch, all the way to NBA 2K and more. If you're interested in having your game streamed, check them out at Merc Esports on Twitter or head over to twitch.tv/Merc Esports for more information. Thank them so much for their continued support here on our stream today with Esports CCP. Gonna take a short break and we'll be right back with the second semifinal matchup. And then after that, we'll be moving into the grand final. Stick around. You don't want to miss any minute of the action. Hello and welcome back to the Esports CCP Battle Up Fall Classic. I'm your host Ryan. Joining me once again is Meet and Greek. How you doing, man?
You know, Ryan, we've had a fantastic evening of Rocket League. You can't ask for something as great as this. We've had awesome matchups, like nail-biting series, and we're not even done yet. We have our next semifinal match and then our grand finals to still play.
Yeah, we still have our grand finals coming up after this. This is going to be a really good matchup, though. We have the Weekend Warriors versus Northern Kentucky University. Definitely some solid players on both of these rosters. We have, once again, we saw Weekend Warriors earlier. They're the #1 seed for this tournament. They have been amazing so far in what we've seen of them. But Northern Kentucky, we haven't seen really anything of. But they have really good players. One of them being the notable Pig Chaos, who is a really good player. He's definitely well known in the bubble scene and stuff. I mean, how are you feeling looking at this matchup in these rosters?
It is a very solid squad on NKU Esports, Northern Kentucky University. And, Pig Chaos playing in this tournament, also going to be playing in the RLCSX qualifiers later tonight. So it's getting a little down to the wire here because the tournament is almost, there's still time. If they sweep out, then, hey, anything's possible.
Well, it's that too. And I mean, for those of you who are watching, even if Pig Chaos does have to leave early, they do have a backup player to fill his spot. They do have a fourth player here who will be the substitute for him. So even if he does have to go, they are still in this thing, though they will see a reduction in terms of like their firepower on offense, how they handle some of the more aggressive pushes that they'll want to do. Pig Chaos will definitely be at the center of some of those right now.
Yeah, and also we're getting information from Wine coming in from Weekend Warriors. Also is going to be playing the RLCSX quals, but also said that this tournament is more important.
Hey,
thank you.
Gaming chairs and some money are on the line right now.
Yeah, and I mean, like this fantastic opportunity. They've already set themselves up to be in a fantastic position to make it all the way. They just got to play this series out and get the W.
And so currently we are waiting on Northern Kentucky to get into the lobby. And then once they are in, we will get things running for you guys at home. But I mean, so far we've had a lot of great matchups here tonight, Greek. I mean, we have seen some fantastic plays, and we still have a good bit to come too.
Yeah, we have. I mean, it took until our third match of the evening for one of our series to go the distance. But I mean, how special was it, our first semifinal match going up between Sorry I Was Sleeping and King University? I expect similar fashion here in our second semifinal match. But Ryan, enough of us chatting. Let's put a fresh 5 minutes on the clock here. Game 1 of this best of 5. We got NKU in the blue, Weekend Warriors in the orange.
And right off the bat, we see the Weekend Warriors take the opening goal. Just a quick, easy run downfield here for Deluxe. He's going to put that away with no troubles whatsoever. And, already we see NKU, they commit too hard in the offense there, and that sets them back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit too much gas on the accelerator, catches them off guard. And now they're going to play from behind early on here in game 1. Not a favorable position, but if you're going to be behind, I'd rather be behind with over 4.5 minutes to go on the clock.
Best to be behind when you have plenty of time to make up for it. But a quick shot coming in from Els right there. Pig's going to be the one to save it. And again, we were talking about Pig earlier. He's going to be one of the guys to watch out on this team. I mean, he's a solid player. Els going to fall down there. Rickles with that save. You see Wine has possession. He's taking his sweet time with this one. He knows he has plenty to work with, but a great read on that jump there. And they are going to save it.
Oh, no. I thought Pig was going to throw that one on target. Just slightly off, though.
Again,
the scoreline
super
stays
close
stagnant.
attack right there. Incredibly close shot attempt right there, but Els going to pick up another save right there from that shot on JF Machine. JF Machine going to demo out Deluxe. That might free up some space, but Wine will take enough control for the defense to reset. Els leaving it back. Deluxe trying to get ready for a potential challenge, but he can't quite find the opening. He goes in for it right there. He will find his shot attempt. Pass out to the side. And right now, we're really starting to see NKU fire up in these passings all around the field.
Yeah, they have been coming back. The
that
backboard
hurts.
defense not there. Deluxe. Perfect read. Basically played that hoping the defense would miss, and they did.
What
JF
a
Machine.
painful. That is a hard one to have to deal with. I mean, what a drop down, though, right there. I mean, he just dropped it.
This one could go
below
in.
That defender. And Weekend Warriors, they don't want to waste any time here. They are just going all in.
It's just back to business for them, coming off of their strong win last series.
Yeah, very strong win. And I mean, for those of you who missed it, we did see them earlier on stream, but JF Machine gonna find his goal here. Fantastic pass from Pig as he gets that one and then continues to fall. I mean, get the bump there on Els. Just what a great play.
And this is a kind of, I don't want to say big brain plays, but it really is. There's so much
200
going on.
IQ.
It really is. There's so much going on all of these opportunities that it's for the average player. It's just so much. What's
That's
going
so many
on?
crossbars there for them. They could not put it away.
I could not believe that ball was dancing on the goal line and did not find purchase.
3 crossbars and down, and not a single one managed to bounce in enough. Oh, nice angle right there, but Pig finds it.
Man, I love physics.
It's pretty great.
Oh, yeah.
Rickles with the play. He's going to pinch that one out. Picks up a save, too. Touch out. Pig passing off to Rickles. Looking back to JF Machine, who tries to get over that defender. They try to wrap back around real quick. Pig goes in for a bump opportunity, but L dodges it and manages to pick up the save all in one go. Very well done by him. Because, that's dangerous. I see the player going for the bump right there, and, thankfully they were able to dodge that one.
Just being able to squeak out a save. No way.
A breakaway, runaway ball is going to equalize us at 2-2, minute 43, and that was just brutal.
That thing just rolls all the way downtown. No one was catching up. And now we got a tie game.
No slowing down on that midnight train right there. But Els going to try and get his touch. He misses it. Deluxe has to try and pinch that one out. JF Machine watching closely. He's not going to be able to hold on to it, though. And Deluxe right now, he's just playing with the defense. But he's not going to be able to slow down Pig. Touch out high. Great opportunity here for Els, but he doesn't put a whole lot of power on that one. Very unfortunate. And, both these teams really just duking it out right now, Great.
I mean, so much on the line here. Guaranteed spot in the money versus having to play it out in third place matchup.
But again, winner of this will go to the grand finals where they will face Sorry I Was Sleeping, a crazy strong team so far. But JF Machine gonna demo out Wine. Again, doesn't free up enough spacing for them to turn that into much. Quick turnaround shot comes through. Deluxe picks up his save on it. And it goes back out high. It's in dangerous territory. And Wine puts it away. 3-2, 33 seconds left. And what a great touch.
Oh, and that's so unfortunate. You see Rickles just barely missing out on that touch to slide it into the corner and turn things around, but instead it just handed to Wine, who just taps it in. And now everything on the line here for NKU in game one. They're down.
Definitely an unfortunate miss right there, but Pig, he's last man back. He's going to try and deal with it. No! What a save! JF Machine gets that one out, and they are transitioning into a final attack here. Can it result into something? No, as that one gets sent out to the side. Still potential. They cannot let this one touch down now, and it will. And we will see Weekend Warriors walk away with game number 1. I say walk away, but that one was pretty close, all things said and done. But you take a look at the stats here. Weekend Warriors, 11 shots compared to only 7 from their opponent here.
I mean, that's quite a bit of a difference. And I mean, Weekend Warriors looked exceptionally well here in game 1. It almost seemed like they didn't miss a beat going into this series. So I'm very interested to see how they transition here into game 2. Are they going to keep up this momentum? Because, I mean, Ryan, they did kind of get not handed a win per se, but a couple of their goals were just based off these very small defensive errors that could have easily have not happened.
Yeah, and so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. But again, this is just as much of an important matchup here for Northern Kentucky as it is for Warriors.
No.
Very, very close play right there. Does not go the way that they hoped. And there's a redirect downtown. It will get saved. But right now, again, this is a best of 5. But should Weekend Warriors win this, they put Northern Kentucky in a really dangerous situation where they are then forced to pull off a reverse sweep.
And you don't want a reverse sweep here in the semifinals against a very hot team. And they're just blazing through here. That's that's on target.
What a shot! Oh, this is just art right here at this point. I mean, look at that. The beautiful arc, the quick drop down line. Just pinpoint accuracy on that one.
That thing was going in, and no one was stopping it. That's for sure. That's just the level of confidence that the Weekend Warriors are just expressing right now.
Yeah, and I mean, the other crazy thing too is earlier tonight I had seen news there in chat that apparently this Weekend Warrior squad was just formed yesterday.
Oh wow!
So
that's impressive.
These guys are crazy impressive for having been a team for such a short period of time.
I mean, that's just sometimes, you know, you play around in the bubble scene, and then these players, because there's so many tournaments now available to them, they're not afraid to try something new, and sometimes, like what we're seeing right now, it just works out so well.
Yeah, I think that's the most interesting thing is with how many opportunities there are available to a lot of these players with these tournaments. Between here, the official Psionic sanctioned ones, and then various others like WSOE that's happening right now too. It's just insane how many opportunities there are, and you know, gives players a lot of time to really kind of figure out what works for them. That one, you see all 3 of them chasing it downfield, and it's just too far gone. All 3 of them neck and neck trying to get a touch on it.
Oh, that's rough. You know, there could, and I'm saying, slight chance they just waited a millisecond longer, could have maybe gotten around that ball, but just a high pressure situation indeed, trying to make that save. And Deluxe is now going to hand this one center option. L's not taking L's here, getting that score.
L's just says thank you very much, Deluxe. And Pig trying to get back in time, but he just can't outpace the attacker there.
And this is what makes Weekend Warriors so dangerous, is that let's say you tie up the game, but that's not going to stop them. They're going to just bring it right back. And you can almost argue the same thing for Northern Kentucky. Look at this play.
J Machine with a quick pass out, and the nice drive from Rickles. He puts it in probably the only spot it could have gone to ensure a goal there. Anything else, I think, if he had put it any further to the right side of that net, it would not have been quite as successful, probably.
And that one's on target too! JF Machine! Another almost basically kickoff goal.
And we are starting to see these guys fire up the offense. You know, they may have been trying to cook with, you know, I don't know what they were trying to cook with earlier, but they finally found some gasoline, it feels like. So these guys are moving.
They filled up the tank, and now they're full cylinders. But this is an opportunity. Oh, Rickles there. get in front of that, keep it away, and this game won't be tied.
And right now, Northern Kentucky trying to hold that 1-goal lead, but we're still half the game left to be played. And oh, just the quick run around right there from Deluxe. That defender trying to get his best read on it, just can't quite do it. Unfortunate there for Pig.
And, you know, Pig was also getting a little bit pressured from the second offender there, too, as well. Trying to evade the demo, trying to just get into position. There's a lot more that goes on in these plays that might not be too noticeable if you just take a quick glance, but there really is just so many levels to all of these opportunities.
Yeah, you really have to be cognizant of what's happening there. And that one, too close for comfort, but Rickles will get rid of it. And yeah, I mean, a lot of these plays too, when you feel that pressure coming from two attackers bearing down on you, like that is just going to be rough no matter who you are. Else, trying to get a pass back out to the mid. Pig takes control. Deluxe quick to stifle that one though. Oh, and that one back up. Wine almost directs that one right into the net. Wine's demoed out. He's going to respawn back into the defense. That gives them some time. JF Machine just trying to buy time here, get them a little bit slower. And now they try to go into their transition.
And I think this is very key note here. You take that right now, NKU, they're trying to control the tempo. They're trying to slow down the Weekend Warriors. If they can do that, they'll start to regain control here. And it's an awesome opportunity, but no one there to hit that ball into the net, collapsing down from that first touch. And that's where we need to see NKU start to bring it back together, but it looks like it's just gonna go the complete opposite way.
Deluxe just taking the shot off that pass from Wine. And I mean, again, these redirect passes from downfield are just really finding a lot of great results for both of these teams. I mean, you wouldn't quite expect these to be the ones that pan out so well, but it just always seems to catch that defense off guard. They just are slightly out of position enough for it to work.
Yeah, and I think this is a very good sign just from the offensive perspectives that they're so aware of where the defense is on the field and they recognize these opportunities that they just go for them.
But now with 23 seconds left and the Weekend Warriors with the 1-goal lead, they just need to hold out a little bit longer and they will force Northern Kentucky to be in a reverse sweep situation. And there's a shot from Els. That is going to seal the deal here in game 2. Now, Northern Kentucky, that is just going to be what happens to them. They have to try and pull off a reverse sweep. That's going to be so difficult, George.
It's going to be difficult, especially in the semifinals. But here's the thing, though. Northern Kentucky, they've made it this far in the tournament. They've proven to us that they're here to play with the Weekend Warriors. If anyone's going to set up the reverse sweep, it's going to be them.
Yeah, I mean, these players definitely have shown they've got what it takes to go toe-to-toe, but Weekend Warriors just keep eking out these wins. These aren't dominating victories that we're seeing the Weekend Warriors have. I mean, yes, the scoreline here is 5-3, but that last goal definitely came at just a really great time for them. But this was definitely a 1-goal game when you look at the bottom of it all. So Weekend Warriors, they can feel very confident knowing that they can drop 2 games and still take this series, but they cannot get complacent.
They cannot indeed, because as soon as they give an inch to NKU, they will take a mile, and it just won't turn out well for them. So they have to go into game 3 with the same mindset that they brought to games 1 and 2. Just get the W, don't mess around, and just keep playing good Rocket League.
Indeed, indeed. But now we are in game number 3 right now. Weekend Warriors with a commanding lead here in the series, 2-0. Not quite what we were expecting this one to play out as, but Weekend Warriors definitely have to be feeling confident with how things are going for them. But there's a shot attempt. We're seeing Wine try to get a pass out to the mid. Pig almost touching that one into a position he didn't want to put it. Has to forego his touch. Wine gonna demo out JF Machine. Buys some time for them to reset the defense. L's gonna take this one downfield, redirect, Boomer. Oh, and there's the follow.
Oh, what?
What a pass!
Oh my
I did not anticipate
goodness.
him to be that prepared for it.
And, you know, excellent job recognizing JF Machine was there to make the save and to touch it just out of reach as well. Not only to be there to make the shot attempt, Ryan, but also for the placement. Very big for Weekend Warriors.
Huge win right there on that play for the Weekend Warriors. And these guys are feeling very confident right now. And that's the thing, too, that's also dangerous when you fall down in a series and a best-of-5 to where you have to reverse sweep. The other team can really start playing their own game. They can just be very lackadaisical because they know that they can afford a loss. They can be a little bit calmer in how they approach it, or they can be a little more risky in some of their plays. They don't have to be quite as cool, calm, and collected the whole time. So that's something you always have to deal with when you're fighting the uphill battle.
Yeah, it is, especially when this team, your opponent, just has so much confidence. And you're right though, Ryan. They are going for these risky plays, but you know what? It's because they just are so much more relaxed right now. Think of how tense NKU must be playing right now. They know that every touch on the ball just needs to be the right move.
Yeah. And that's always the really difficult thing when you're facing down the barrel of the gun right now. But 1-0, they still are in this. They just have to find the one goal right now to equalize, and they still have plenty of time to do that.
Plenty of time to do that. And DJ Machine couldn't get it past Deluxe. But watch out for Pig. Keeps it alive. Still boosting the tank somehow.
There are sometimes I see players flying. I'm just like, how do you still have any left?
Yeah, it's just unreal what they're able to do.
But Pig, he tries to do something there. He's going to get the boost steal. That's a big play right there for them. That frees up some timing. Coming out. And there's Deluxe trying to get his touch right there. Not going to quite work out as Pig has to get it. Wine going to try and do some work there in the corner. And there's a shot. Oh! Just gets saved away by Rickles. Coming out to the side. Els trying to get his stop right there. Wine going to get demoed away by Rickles. Again, and demos, when you're trying to open up space for the offense, always a great move to have. It doesn't always have to be to try and, you know, take out the defender in net, but just, you know, kind of throw the defensive rotation off.
Oh, yeah. Anything you can do to disrupt the defense. You've got a little bit of a flip reset there. And this is just, again, Ryan, it's just the confidence.
What a tight angle.
Confidence.
Fantastic touch there, but Deluxe just... Oh my gosh,
man, that's
just
as close as you can get.
Squeaking that straight over that last line defender and putting it right where the goal line defender has no chance of saving it. And this is something we talked about earlier. Just the Weekend Warriors play.
Oh no, JF Machine, that was wide open.
Oh, that was definitely theirs for the taking. Just couldn't quite put it away. But again, like I was talking before, Weekend Warriors, these guys' placement, we talked about it earlier in the night, it's just phenomenal. And when you're dealing with a team that has the placement like this, I mean, just good luck. Every shot looks golden from them.
It's just, they are making it easy for themselves.
Exactly.
They really are. And with 1 minute to go, this one could win. Almost does.
Oh, no.
Els. Throwing out Els.
And just
that's
what?
Rough.
Oh, JF Machine, that has to hurt.
That has to hurt, especially from missing the open net to missing the save there as well. Very unfortunate circumstance to be in. But again, this is what really separates these teams, is who shows up. And right now, Weekend Warriors are just proving it all right here.
Yeah, and they are just trying to just blaze through this final matchup. They know that this is theirs to lose at this point. And with 35 seconds left in a 3-goal deficit, you know, this is not looking good. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Make that 4 Deluxe. Just look at the quick fake he does right here on this defender. Just no chance.
Man.
Oh,
That is just wow. The
Deluxe, you
disrespect.
monster. I'm so excited for this next matchup. 4 goals right now. This is not looking good. But right now, it's looking like we're going to see Weekend Warriors versus Sorry I Was Sleeping. And I'm so excited to see Deluxe versus Daffy.
I think that's going to be, yeah, that's basically a match between 2 all-stars. And just what they both bring to the table in terms of energizing their respective teams is just unreal. But watch out for Pig! Almost having one last-minute second opportunity. But no, it looks like Weekend Warriors, they're going to take this, our second semifinal of this evening, but in a very close sweep.
Yeah, and I mean, this gives Weekend Warriors all the momentum going into this final matchup because we saw Sorry I Was Sleeping. They went all the way to game 5. This was the complete opposite. You know, this puts Weekend Warriors in a really, really good spot for this grand finals. They are now in the money. They have their chance to go and pick up that first place prize because, you know, who wants to settle for second at the end of the day?
No one does, and neither of these teams are going to allow that to come easy. That's for sure, Ryan. I am so excited for this grand final. It is going to be just monstrous.
Yeah, and this final is you know, pretty ready to go. All these players are trying to, you know, there is a little bit of a time crunch here with the RLCS qualifiers coming. So
True.
we're gonna stay here on stream with you guys, and we're gonna get this next matchup set up so we can send them straight into the grand finals. Because, you know, who wants to slow down on the action here, Greek? I mean, this is just some great
we
Rocket
don't.
League we're seeing tonight. And I mean, again, Deluxe versus Daffy. This is gonna be a banger of a matchup, I think.
I cannot wait for these 2 players to just have a showcase. I expect just they're going to perform out of their minds. It's going to be a clinic for both of them and both their squads. So yeah, I am so ready for this grand finals. I am so ready to crown. I don't know if I'm ready to crown a champion yet because that means we're out of Rocket League to cast.
Yeah. Nobody wants to run out of Rocket League. I mean,
no
we
one.
gotta have our
No
fix,
way.
man.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't say it better myself, Ryan. This has just been an awesome night of just Rocket League action.
Yeah, it has been a tremendous night of action. And, you know, while we have this time, I do want to give another quick shout out just to everybody who is a partner with us, who has helped make this stream possible. So I just want to thank Vertigear Gaming Chair, Sector 6 Apparel, ESTV, NFL Alumni, Alpine Esports, Crimson Wings, and Merc Esports. These guys helped us in making all this happen. And once again, our title sponsor here is the Marines. They definitely helped make all this happen with these grand prizes between Vertigear, Sector 6. I mean, this is just a team effort to make all this come to fruition. So we just wanted to give them all the effort here. But it is going to be really close for this last matchup. And I mean, again, this is definitely, this is going to be a pretty awesome grand finals, but I'm not entirely sure if I think this is going to go to game 5. I hope it does personally, just because, again,
it would just
that just means that it's a fantastic series. But just the way that Weekend Warriors are looking right now compared to Sorry I Was Sleeping, I'm just not sure.
Well, here's the thing though, like when Sorry I Was Sleeping, like when they're playing just on fire, it's just night and day. Like let's take a little bit of a rewind when they were facing King University. On the matches that they won, it was almost pretty convincingly, except for that last game 5, but I mean it was game 5. It was game 5.
Yeah.
But if they come into this one and they are just fresh off the press, it's going to be a very close game. It's going to be very, very close. They're going to be super competitive this entire time with Weekend Warriors. That's how I believe this series is going to play out. I think for sure we go to at least game 4. We are not seeing a sweep.
I don't seeing a sweep here. I don't see a sweep happening. But you know, it also poses a question of it's going to be interesting because we are seeing two very different setups here. You know, we're seeing a team that just formed yesterday in the Weekend Warriors versus Sorry I Was Sleeping, which is the UNC Charlotte team. And you know, they have a lot more time together. And so it's a question of which one ends up, you know, looking best at the end of the day.
You know, this is what makes champions grand finals. I think we can keep predicting. We can try our best, Ryan, to think of what's going to really happen. But I think you really did say it the other game. Not all of us can just magically predict what's going to happen. And if I make another prediction right now, I'm afraid my record going into this evening would be 0-2 on predictions, and we can't let that happen. Absolutely cannot let that happen. I'll never hear the end of it.
I'm sure someone would give you some crap for that one, but you know we have both these rosters going in right now, and I just want to run our viewers through what these rosters look like. So again, Weekend Warriors, this is Els, Wine, and Deluxe, who has been looking like a star player for these guys. Els and Wine, no slouches of their own. And then Sorry I Was Sleeping, we have Daffy, Dawn, and Alphagiddy. And Daffy, he has been looking like the star player for them as well. So this is going to be very close, but we do have the players here in the lobby. We are about to get this show on the road for you guys. Greek, you know, we haven't been doing predictions, but I think we should here. I know.
Let's do it.
I know we don't want to prove you wrong, but how or anything.
I'm gonna stick behind the Collegiate Rocket League team. Sorry I Was Sleeping in 4 games.
All right, you know, I actually was thinking the same thing. I think that a team like Sorry I Was Sleeping, who have all this time behind playing together, they know each other's habits and stuff. I feel like that will reign supreme at the end of this day. But again, we don't know. So there you have it, though. Here on the desk, we are calling it 4 games, and it's going to go in favor of Sorry I Was Sleeping. Let us know what you think there in chat. Really curious to hear in it now, guys. This is game 1 of the grand finals. We have Sorry I Was Sleeping there in the blue, and we have the Weekend Warriors there in the orange. You know, we said a lot of names here tonight, Greek.
Oh yeah, we certainly have, but that's our job, and that's okay. I'm glad to be able to at least have this opportunity to work with you, Ryan. You have been a pleasure as always. And that's just gonna bounce in. What's going on?
That is not one that you would let through normally. Deluxe.
Oh no!
Oh no! Done with the miss, it looks like. That is a very unfortunate play right there, but it goes in favor of the Weekend Warriors. Great opening for the game there for them.
Oh man, this is gonna be a fun series just after seeing that. I already know.
You know it is. Deluxe gonna try and challenge up there. He's gonna have to leave that one out to Wine. Els gonna try and see if he can pick up some boost there in the corner, and it spawns just right after he passes. So he is very low on boost at the moment. He's got to try and see if he can pick up a save here at all. Dangerous play right here. But right now we're seeing Sorry I Was Sleeping really get aggressive.
They are, and that's going to be an attempt on net, but Deluxe is there. That's going to be a pass to Els. Can Els get anything done with it? No. Instead, Don is going to take control here for Sorry I Was Sleeping. Is someone to make a shot on net? There's Daffy! Els had to reach for the save. And that's what you got to be careful of.
Just too close for comfort. But we are approaching halftime, and right now, we are going to see Weekend Warriors hold their lead. Shot opportunity. Oh, a big miss right there from Alphagiddy.
That's rough.
And all 3 players commit. That gives Deluxe free reign to just take it down the field, and Alphagiddy's miss right there was crucial in that play.
that's rough because Alpha Giddy is a player who will make that shot 99 out of 100 times. Just unfortunate that the 100th time that it does happen, Alpha Giddy was the last defender and it left an open net.
Definitely a troubled miss for them there. But right now, Sorry I Was Sleeping struggling in game one. Whether that was from their break there and Weekend Warriors coming in a bit more warmed up and feeling toasty right now, who knows? You know, all those different factors play in their own unique way. But going down, Alpha Giddy trying to see if he can make a play. That's going to get challenged out to the corner. Els challenges it up high, leaves it out for Deluxe, who fires, and he will score it. And Deluxe picks up a hat trick here in game number one. Weekend Warriors dominating in game one right now.
I mean, they're coming off an aggressive 3-0 win. They are warmed up. And right now, it's just the Deluxe show. Yeah. And I think Weekend Warriors are more than content to keep it like that. This is just so close.
Oh my gosh. And Deluxe almost firing a fourth shot through the defense right there. This guy's insane.
It really is, and has really just brought life to this Weekend Warriors squad here in game one. It's just unreal.
I mean, he is getting so aggressive on the ball that it's just the defense really is going to struggle dealing with him. And Wine tries to possibly get a demo. He's going to get a bump on that. Els setting up a great opportunity. Deluxe starting to come in. Deluxe right there tries to get a bump play. Doesn't work out. Still in dangerous territory. Alpha Giddy touches it out, but again, landing on the ball. There's the shot. Oh, and Daffy just picks up the save. So now it's kind of looking at Daffy as to how does he try to help battle against Deluxe here for his team.
This is such a vital moment of time for the Weekend Warriors. Can they keep it up? No. Instead, Sorry I Was Sleeping are going to get their first goal in game one in this series. And you're right, it is Daffy.
Again, he's there to open things up here for the Sorry I Was Sleeping squad. I mean, again, Deluxe and Daffy, we know both these players. We've seen enough of them today. Oh my goodness,
what a save!
Oh, and it's still
my gosh.
Wine gets the pass off. Oh,
man.
He
that
put
was
his whole body on the line for that save, and he almost picked up the second one.
Almost, but not quite there, though. Man, that was a valiant effort indeed.
Those are always the hardest ones because you make such a stellar save, and then it still goes in immediately after. I think those are the ones that hurt the most as someone who likes playing defense.
I think you've pretty much hit the nail on the head with that statement. Let's see, 30 seconds left. Can Sorry I Was Sleeping not bring it back per se, but at least regain some momentum? If they can get one more goal to go, that would spell amazing things. It's not looking like that.
Just try to drive this one up a little bit further. And right now, I mean, Weekend Warriors are dominating this matchup. I mean, a 4-goal lead in game one. This is insane.
And it's not like it's not like UNCC is short of any opportunities either. They just haven't been able to capitalize on them like Weekend Warriors have. It's just been such an aggressive offensive stance from them.
Yeah. Definitely some wild stuff there in game number one, but Weekend Warriors, they just take that one by storm. 11 shots to their name compared to 7 from the Sorry I Was Sleeping squad. But the other thing too is not only did they pick up more shots, they picked up more saves even, showing that, you know, even if they are on the offense, they still are just a defensive stronghold right there in their half, and they're really not letting anything get past them.
Well, I mean, it kind of just plays into how Rocket League really works. Not only are Weekend Warriors getting these very crucial saves, but they're turning those into opportunities. You can tell by the way that they're clearing the ball downfield. They're not just indiscriminately just hitting the ball. They are passing it to their teammates to create these opportunities. That's what makes a championship squad.
Yeah, that is definitely what makes a champion squad. I mean, when you are able to, you're looking beyond just the clear. You're looking for, how do we turn this into the offense? How do we transition this play to the next thing? What is our move from here? And when you start looking at the plays like that, your team reaches a different level. And I mean, there were some times though where it felt like, sorry I was sleeping, we're just struggling so hard to even find room to breathe that they didn't even have chances to do that.
4.5 minutes. Only 30 seconds into game 2.
Much slower start than last game.
Very quick to note that, Ryan. You're absolutely right. Here's the thing. I think this is where, sorry I was sleeping, they're going to have a little bit of a refresh here. Even if they don't take this game, they're going to come in playing with a little bit of a different play style, trying to recuperate that game 1 loss against Weekend Warriors. They're going to try something new. And hopefully for them, they're hoping it works out.
Well, and here for Sorry I Was Sleeping, you know, this is a definite must-win because we saw how game 1 went there for them, for the Weekend Warriors. But we also saw recently what happens when Weekend Warriors are 1 win away. They know that they have plenty of losses that they can concede before they're out of it. And these guys play really hard Rocket League to deal with. I mean, they destroyed in their game 3 for their last matchup there in the semifinals. So if you're on Sorry I Was Sleeping, this is a must win for you.
Yeah, and right here, they're creating opportunities for themselves. But these opportunities, it's not exactly what they're looking for. They're nothing grand per se of must hits or like for sure shots on net, but they are opportunities and they will take those.
Yeah. You know, you got to take whatever is given to you and try to make the most of it. But, you know, we're now 2 minutes in, scoreless, very different game, but Wine comes through, and I saw it going into the open area, and I was hoping that Daffy would be able to get to that one in time. He just misses his touch, committing a little too late on that one, but Wine comes in for the opening goal here in game 2.
And right there on that play, defensive positioning, so crucial. You have 2 Weekend Warrior players on that same corner back wall. And if one of them was back post and goal instead, easy save.
What a save from Els as Dawn takes a crazy shot right there down the middle. Still isn't going to be enough, though. Another shot, Els with another save. That guy is just a defensive cornerstone for this squad. Wine tries to put that one in. And right now, Deluxe just being a little bit quiet here for the Weekend Warriors, and Daffy being very quiet for Sorry I Was Sleeping.
And that's very interesting to note, because those are the 2 players that we're really trying to see energize their respective squads, and if one of them wakes up, we might start to see a different game. Watch for this pass from Don. Here comes Daffy. This one's going to be bouncing close to the net, but no dice. But it's still going to be in dangerous territory.
I think what I love most about that challenge up high was it was Deluxe and Daffy.
The battle of the Titans, really.
Exactly. And a great demolition right there by Wine as he frees up a shot downfield for Deluxe. 1-0 with 1:30 left. This is too close for comfort from both sides. That one just going a bit too far wide. Wine gets his touch, not the one he wanted. That touch right there between Don, gonna go out. And Alpha Giddy trying to get that one through. Oh, and Deluxe almost get a great redirect there. Here's the finish. Oh, and Els will find success off that pass from Deluxe, getting a 2-goal lead.
Man, Deluxe did so much work to get this past all of the defense, just handing it to Els to throw it on net. And we always like to talk about who scores the goal, but really sometimes it's the setup that just makes it so easy.
Yeah, that setup is going to be a huge part of it. But, I mean, 2-goal deficit right now with how slow this match has been going. I mean, I say slow, but we're almost towards the end of this one. It's actually, time-wise, gone by very quickly. Just the pace of play has felt relatively slow compared to what we saw in Game 1. But, you know, still, it feels as if this is Weekend Warriors game. I don't really feel as if Sorry I Was Sleeping really has held the same level of control.
Yeah, and you can tell that all three of the defenders were there. That was not finding purchase. Not indeed, but you can tell that Sorry I Was Sleeping. They're trying to make these adjustments, but nothing is sticking right now. When they're trying to slow it down, Weekend Warriors are saying, "All right, we'll gladly slow it down, give you less opportunities, less shots on target, less shots on goal, and we're just going to concentrate on the quality of our own opportunities to take the lead."
Oh, and that is going to do it. Game number 2 goes in favor of the Weekend Warriors. And, oh, man.
It's close.
Right now, it is very dangerous here for Sorry I Was Sleeping. I mean, that's tough. You're now
It's
down.
close.
You have to pull out the reverse sweep. And that's a really dangerous place because we just saw what happens when Weekend Warriors find themselves in this position. They go insane in game number 3 because, again, they have nothing to lose. They can lose that game, and they know that there's not going to be any trouble on their side. So, very difficult stuff here for Sorry I Was Sleeping.
And again, down by 2 games, you're in a best of 5. It's a best of 5 for a reason. It's because we have these opportunities still available for Sorry I Was Sleeping. There's still ample chance for them to come back, but it is tough for them because they spent all of Game 2 trying to figure out what works against Weekend Warriors, but they weren't able to find that edge.
Yeah, it didn't feel like there was really any answer because the issue is, I mean, we talked about this before, is Weekend Warriors are fantastic on their placement, but the other issue that, you know, it doesn't feel like Sorry I Was Sleeping are really realizing is that these guys, anytime they have a shot opportunity, they make it count. This isn't the team that typically drives up an immense amount of shots. I mean, they're the team that can take, you know, 3-4 shots and will put every single one of them on. So it doesn't feel like that needs to be your answer here, but, you know, Sorry I Was Sleeping, again, they're trying to figure that out.
They're trying to figure this out. You know who I want to see? I'm Sorry I Was Sleeping. It's Daffy who puts one on target. I need to see all of them, not just Daffy. Wake up here. Alpha Giddy's going to bounce that one in.
What a bump right there.
We need to take another review of this one here because I need to see how this one just goes.
Throws him out of the play in the nick of time. He couldn't have been a half-second slower, or that would have been a save. So great play right there by Don as he helps secure that goal. And, you know, this is the first time that we're seeing Sorry I Was Sleeping take the lead.
And this could be big for them. This could be the moment that defines the rest of the series where they're able just to shift the momentum. Yeah. However, Weekend Warriors, nothing to scoff at. They're going to be down a goal, but they have not been, I mean, they have been in this situation previously in this tournament, and they have shown us that their nerves are always calm.
Yeah, another thing to note, though, is, you know, the goal deficit right now for the whole series. We have seen Weekend Warriors score a total of 7 goals this series, whereas Sorry I Was Sleeping have so far only scored 2 for the whole series. So,
yeah, that is
not statistically even in their favor. Dangerous play right there, but Els comes in, he gets that demo. Touch out by Deluxe. Oh, that one just gets past, but nobody there on the follow-through. And we're starting to see Weekend Warriors not quite be in the positions we expect them to be in for open net follow-throughs like that.
You know, Ryan, you bring up, oh my goodness, Alpha Giddy, the 1v1 of who else but Deluxe. Just puts it true to the net and utilizes the speed to get past the defender.
An incredible shot there from Alpha Giddy as he secures the 2-goal lead here for Sorry I Was Sleeping.
That's a third.
Almost
No,
able
it's
to
not.
pick up the third, but couldn't quite get it as Els is going to get rid of him and say, no more attacks for you. Redirecting chance there. Sends it off to the wall. Oh, Els just misreads that. Dawn challenging Deluxe right now. Oh, Deluxe puts that one dangerously, but he'll get the pass off to his teammate. And again, Deluxe, ever since game 1, he's slowed down a lot.
And is that slowdown a result of just a different style of play? Or is it now Els stepping up, threading the needle? I mean, there was traffic everywhere in front of this net. Like,
That
So
is
that finds its way through.
impressive to manage to squeak that one through. Did not think he was going to get it past all the cars flying in that spot, but he just manages to do it. And now we are at a 1-goal deficit here for Weekend Warriors. Again, this is match point for them. They just need to score 2 more goals and hold down Sorry I Was Sleeping to take the championship. And, you know, too close for comfort here. But
too
they're
close for comfort. But Ryan, if they do win this one out, they will experience the great comfort of those Vertigear gaming chairs.
That they will. They'll solve all their back problems, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. But 2 minutes to go here in game 3. Can Weekend Warriors tie this one up, or will there be a game 4? Deluxe with
save!
oh my goodness.
The reason Deluxe has been so quiet is because he's decided he wants to take up defense and has pulled out from his offensive roots. But Els stepping up like big time here. Follow through attempt.
Oh, that's it.
There's the open net. And both Wine and Els out of position. They will not touch it in time. 3-1.
Oh, that was a fantastic touch from Don to bring it just over Els, out of reach, giving it to Daffy. Sorry I Was Sleeping. They're coming back here in game 3, and, you know, this is exactly what they needed to do.
Yes, it is. Deluxe sends that one far and away. Picking up another save. And follow through from Els. Throws it down. He's looking for Deluxe, but a quick intercept from Alpha Giddy. Pass out to the mid. There he is. Fire!
what?
Goes through. Wine secures that second goal. And we are back to a 1-goal deficit.
Oh, this one was an absolute clanger. And I think that was off target. I think Don hit that
going
in.
out. Oh.
Oh, that's rough.
Taking a look at that replay, it looks like it might have actually missed had he not touched it. But it's just so dangerously close that you feel you have to make that touch. You just can't make the chance on it. And again, 44 seconds. Weekend Warriors have definitely made this comeback before, and they could very well do it again.
And watch out for Deluxe. That one's going to
no.
be on target.
Almost able to find their way through. Don goes up for the challenge, but Els manages to get it through. Goes down. Oh! Almost able to bang that off the crossbar and in. Down, back across. Els looking out for Wine, but he is going to have that stolen away from him. Deluxe up the challenge. This one gets the fire downfield. Oh, that one almost squeaks through, but Daffy secures that save. 8 seconds left. Sorry I Was Sleeping. Just need to hold out a little bit longer. But this one final counterattack. Can they find hope in this? Still keeping it live. Els gonna have to rotate back quickly, and that one will touch down. They were expecting more of a follow-through. Doesn't happen. And we are going to game number 4. You know, this just shows that our predictions were wrong.
we were wrong
earlier, but we're definitely wrong now.
we are very wrong, but that's okay, because this means that if Sorry I Was Sleeping continue to win, we will go to a game 5, and we will get what everyone wants, which is a game 5 in a grand finals.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I just want to point out about the shots from this Weekend Warriors team. 5 shots total. 2 of those end up being goals, whereas we see a total of 8 shots come from Sorry I Was Sleeping to only net 3. So, I mean, it's definitely taking them some time, you know, and
Yes.
again, making sure every shot counts.
And, you know, I want to talk more about this game, Ryan, but our players are already in the lobby and they're already starting the next match. Let's go right into game 4. We're going to figure out here if Weekend Warriors can just stop this on fire Sorry I Was Sleeping squad, or if they're going to bring it to game 5.
Yep, and we are going to find that out right now. Game number 4. Again, Weekend Warriors still at match point. Very much in position to still take this one. But we have seen Sorry I Was Sleeping already begin their trek to try and pull off the reverse sweep. Daffy sending it down. Quick touch out. Deluxe going to try and touch it. Not going to have much to work with there. Alpha getting redirecting that one out. That was a fantastic touch out to the mid. Oh, what a shot! Oh, and a great save to follow it up with Wine. That one going downfield. Both these teams already coming out swinging, and we're not even out of the first minute.
We're not, but watch out here for Wine. Potential opportunity. Get that one centered. Here comes Els. Couldn't put it on target.
Definitely everybody trying to throw themselves out on the line. Daffy sending it out. Tries to touch it to mid. Can't do it. Starting to try and look for any openings they can. Again, that opening goal just helps get your momentum up so much and just boosts your morale.
It really does, Ryan. Absolutely does. We're going to see here whoever gets this first goal here, they might be able to take real control of this game. And right now, Sorry I Was Sleeping, they're going to work extra hard to make sure they are the ones with the first one.
Trying to find it. Everybody's still searching. We're almost 2 minutes in and still no goals to be had. Oh, that's
an opportunity.
Oh, and as soon as I speak, Alpha Giddy comes through with the pass from Daffy, and just this stop right here from Deluxe, just not what he needed.
Oh man, you can see Deluxe also getting a little bit of a touch on Daffy as well. So not only stopping the ball, but getting a wheel on the offender, but it just was not enough. Sorry I Was Sleeping. They're gonna get the lead here early in game 4.
Deluxe booming that one into the blue corner. Trying to see if he can get the read on Dawn here. Goes out to the mid. Is there a follow through? Back out to the side. Not what they wanted, but they will hold strong. And just trying to delay any potential touches right there with that pop-up. Quick boom downfield from Daffy. Looks to try and get the finisher. Els is there for the save. And Els has really been Daffy's biggest opponent here. More so than Deluxe, I would say.
I mean, it really is shaping up to be Els' matchup. I've been seeing Els so much here in the grand finals, and it is very imperative to have someone like Els just step up. It just brings so much ease to your squad.
Yeah, especially when you have someone who can just be that defensive anchor for your squad. Just brings a whole new level of comfort to your team. But again, they do have the comfort of being able to, you know, lose this game and still go into one more before their backs are against the wall. So things still stand in favor here for Weekend Warriors. But, I mean, again, just a 1-goal deficit right now. We've seen that these games can just go 1-0. So definitely trying to secure that goal with 1:42 left. Very close shot, but Alpha Giddy sends it wide. Alpha Giddy going for his shot right there. Deluxe picks up his savior medal. And we play on 1-0. Deluxe sends it out to the mid looking for potential pass, but nobody there to answer him. Els with another savior medal here for this squad, and we're just seeing Weekend Warriors play so much solid defense right now.
Yeah, but that's not helping them at all right now because they need to be able to go on the offense and get a score.
Exactly. And, you know, oftentimes...
Oh, wow.
What?
Are you kidding me right now?
Daffy
Are you
playing as the
serious,
bait,
Daffy?
drops it down low. And you just see the defender
Wow.
stays up on the wall, anticipating a touch from Daffy. So, I mean, a great play there from him.
That was unreal.
And sorry,
I am almost at a loss for words. Wow.
These guys are pulling out all the stops right now, and you know, when you see plays like that, and you see that this game is so close to them taking it, you know, the possibilities of that reverse sweep just really solidify a bit more.
And you know, I don't know the exact statistic, right?
Oh,
when you put yourself in reverse sweep situation, I bet all of the momentum going into game 5 is with the team that has forced it.
I mean, especially when they've just been taking games left and right on you. I mean, there has been a crazy shift here for them. And, you know, it's interesting because we saw in game 2, things still went solidly for the Weekend Warriors, but we had noticed that Sorry I Was Sleeping were slowly making changes, and it seems those changes have all paid off here as they take game number 4 and equal out the series. Man, George, we are going to game 5.
We're going to game 5. It's just everything that you could ask for in a grand finals. And not only is it, these teams aren't just trading back and forth. This is a potential reverse sweep situation. And Sorry I Was Sleeping. They're just waking up right now, and it's catching Weekend Warriors by complete surprise. It's just,
yeah. And I mean, Weekend Warriors, they've been doing everything they can to try and keep fighting this one. But I mean, you look at their saves there. 8 saves for the Weekend Warriors, not a single goal. This is the first game in the series where they did not put up a single goal. And we've gradually seen the Sorry I Was Sleeping squad pick up goals over time to kind of equal things back out. So here it is, folks. We're in game number 5. This one determines who is going to be taking the entire championship. And, you know, this is insanely close for both these squads.
It is. Oh my goodness, that should have gone in. Wine barely missing out on a goal opportunity.
And already both teams firing up because they are feeling the game 5 energy right now. Shot on target, and Alphagiddy drives it home 1-0. 4:38 left on the clock, and a great start here for Sorry I Was Sleeping.
Unfortunate touch there from Wine, puts that ball center, the absolute last place you want to clear it to. And Alphagiddy saw the opportunity, knew it was risky as the last man back, but decided to go for it anyway, and it paid off in dividends.
That it did. Only 30 seconds in now. Still the 1-goal lead for Sorry I Was Sleeping. This is exactly how they want to open this thing up. Oh, and a great 50-50 right there. Still has chance to find its way through. But a quick set of touches from Sorry I Was Sleeping will send it out. And again, just Weekend Warriors cannot find the openings that they need here as they try to get a bit more aggressive. Alphagiddy gonna touch that one out and away. Doesn't have to fight too hard on it. Leaves that one to Wine, who is some great passing plays. Looks for the setup. He will drive it home.
Man.
What a great give and take here between Els and Wine.
And this is fantastic opportunity. They were just in sync that entire time. Didn't matter where the defense was. They had each other to play the ball off of, and whatever the defense wanted to do, they were just going to react.
And I mean, just fantastic stuff. Els sending the pass out to that corner for Wine, and then Wine immediately dishing it right back up to set him up for that finisher. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That is such a high-level passing play right there.
It is, and it just goes to show what these teams need to bring to the table in the grand finals to even have a scoring opportunity.
So we are sitting 1-1 right now. Almost 2 minutes gone by. Again, these teams, it very well can come down to 1 goal the way these two teams are playing.
It couldn't be, but here's an opportunity.
Daffy sending that one out to the mid. Oh, and there's the shot by Dawn, but it
man.
just goes a little too wide. But they are not done yet, as it is still in dangerous territory. Alpha drops it down low. Can't anybody there for
Dawn!
And Dawn! Alpha to Dawn is going to make it a 2-1 game. 2:54 left on the clock.
Dawn to Alpha Giddy and then served right back to Dawn. Didn't need Daffy in on that play, who was in reserves just in case. And they retake the lead here. Sorry, I was sleeping.
And fantastic beginnings here for the squad. Oh, and Alpha Giddy just misses a crucial touch. That could have driven up to a 3-1 game.
That's going to go all in.
No, and it goes right back the other way. Deluxe off to Wine. Wine a little bit with a goal steal on that one, but we are back equal at halftime.
You know,
he's just secure in this one.
It is so rough when you're coming off a fantastic chance at a goal and the defense turns it right around on you and scores. But it doesn't matter. No, Els gets in the way. So much speed and power from Daffy.
Definitely getting closer and closer here. We are now in the last bit of the game. Alpha Giddy try and take possession. Els beats him out on it. Driving this one out and away. Deluxe.
Double commit.
That one out. Still, everybody trying to commit and get in on this one and make something, anything happen for their team. Bumped
Watch out for Dawn's last back.
Shot. Oh, just gets saved away by Dawn. Els sending that one out to the side. He's looking out for Wine. Wine has been great on the passing plays. You've got to watch out for this guy. Deluxe booming that one. It looks deadly.
Oh, Alpha Giddy.
We see the commit expecting that miss, and it doesn't pay off the way they were hoping. Dawn trying to control this one. He looks beautiful, but still not enough to really work with. We'll get the boost steal. Els starting to run low. Deluxe, he's got virtually nothing left in the tank. He's got to find something here. But a minute 14 left and both teams still sitting equal.
This is an opportunity.
To pass. Oh, but a great intercept from
Is that
Daffy.
on? Oh,
So close. I'm about to have a heart attack trying to talk.
1 minute to
Oh,
go here. Overtime potential. This one's not in. Here comes Wine. The shot. It doesn't go in. Deluxe scores.
From the pass from Wine, just everybody getting in on this one. Done. He goes backwards instead of trying to turn into it.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
Painful right there. But a 1-goal lead shifts here for the Weekend Warriors. Less than a minute left. That very well could have been the game winner right there.
Oh no! Calamity! Oh no! Heartbreak on the field.
Sleeping on the own goal. Oh, this is just a disaster for the defense. This
They
is
still
not
have-
at all what they hoped for.
Still have 45 seconds, but now it's just going to be twice as hard to come back.
Man, sorry I was sleeping, making their job all the more difficult right there. But now they have 30 seconds to try and make up for the mistakes. And it is just not going to be enough.
It's not happening.
As the Weekend Warriors just get so much more brazen with their plays. Throwing shot after shot. 27 seconds left in a 3-goal deficit coming out of nowhere, George.
It's just the last 20 seconds of this game just shifted so dramatically. Neither of us could have seen this coming.
And just incredibly close. And that is going to be it here for the series. GG's, well played. Daffy has just given up hope right there. And just 17 seconds left. This is in the books. Your champions tonight are going to be the Weekend Warriors. Incredible stuff. And we see, sorry I was sleeping, get so close in this reverse sweep, and they just could not quite pull it off.
It's so heartbreaking to see this all go down because, again, just completely different game from the first half. Like, the last 30 seconds just completely different from the first 2 minutes of Game 5.
Yeah, just incredible series, though. I mean, both these teams have played so freaking amazing. This just isn't, I think, the way that any of us saw it going, especially with how, it panned out in the beginning. It just didn't look like there was much of a chance there for Sorry I Was Sleeping, but they fought tooth and nail back to Game 5, and then just right in the last minute, they just have to find one more goal, and disaster strikes with the own goal, and it just goes deep into the hole from there.
It's just, there was the floodgates just opened up. That's the best way to explain it. But congratulations to Weekend Warriors. They showed up in Game 5. They did not let the reverse sweep happen, and they deserve all of that recognition because that's a very tough spot to be put in on the cusp of getting reverse swept. But they came through, and they got the job done.
Yeah, they did the job very well there. I mean, congratulations. There's no other words to really be said on that front. I mean, both teams played amazing. Game 5, George, we were hoping for it, but we didn't quite expect it to go there, especially after you see how the first 2 games went. Just great. This was a day of great Rocket League, George.
It was, and Sorry I Was Sleeping just played their hearts out and was super fun to watch the entire time. All of the players from UNCC, a very coveted collegiate Rocket League school, and I know that they should be proud of themselves because I'm proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not be proud of them? I mean, honestly, but just insane stuff here tonight, guys. We hope you enjoyed that. I mean, I know that we both definitely did.
Yeah.
But I do want to give a shout out once more to everybody who helped make this whole tournament possible. So again, a shout out to our partners, Vertigear Gaming Chairs. The winners tonight, Weekend Warriors, they get their own. Is going to be great. They're going to be so comfy. It's going to be great.
I better see them tweet out those chairs.
I need to see those chairs.
I need to see those chairs.
But then we have Sector 6 Apparel. They're going to be helping provide our second place prizing as well with those custom jerseys partnered with the Marines. Then we have Esports TV. Quick shout out to everybody who's watching over there. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. And we have NFL Alumni, Alpine Esports, Crimson Wings, and Merc Esports. And then on the back end, everybody helped make this possible was, Bayou with helping make the whole tournament run on the back end. Char with helping run today's broadcast. Greek, you helping me with the commentating. Like, today was a fantastic day of Rocket League.
It was, and as you were counting out our sponsors, I almost ran out of fingers, Ryan. It's just so incredible to see all these great folks coming out to support the Rocket League community like this and provide such an awesome avenue to showcase these talented players in our community. And Ryan, you give me thanks, but I'm going to dish it right back at you. It's always a pleasure working with you. You always make the job so easy. And again, big shout out to Bayou and Char in the background as well. Like, without them, like, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, for sure. But that is going to do it here for the Battle Up Fall Classic. Your champions, the Weekend Warriors, claiming the first place prize, and Sorry I Was Sleeping taking second place, and our third place matchup taking place off stream. You will be able to check out the bracket later on to find out who the winner was for that. But guys, that's going to do it for us here. Thank you so much to Esports CCP for helping us provide all the coverage here today. Thank you very much to the Marines for sponsoring this event. They have their next event coming up is going to be the League of Legends tournament, and that is going to be taking place on November 21st and the 22nd. So if you're interested in that, please be sure to head on over to their website and their Discord and get signed up for it. But that's going to do it for us here. Thank you so much. We were happy to serve you guys Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and be sure to wash those hands.
Go for it.
Okay, so for 1,000 Rocket League credits, we got Gotcha Peter for the winner of it.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Esports College and Career Pathways we are dedicated to helping gamers, players really improve their game, whether at the collegiate level like we are today or as a career.
Go to your buddy and be like, hey, I got paid to play video game and get good grades. What did you get money for?
We really want to give a foundation for gamers to come in, express themselves in their own way, give them a competitive base setting, and provide them with the equipment necessary to, thrive in that competitive setting.
We looked at the resources that are available, and even yesterday I was talking to parents and players, and they didn't even know there were varsity teams at the college level, let alone that there's scholarships. So we took upon ourselves that we really want to put together these combines, not just like Rocket League we're doing now, but we're doing League of Legends in 2 weeks. And beyond that, we're probably going to do Fortnite to really give resources and a recruitment tool for the colleges, but really to get these players in front of the right people at the right time.